Good evening. Welcome to another episode of Two Whites.
To the roller rink.
Two Whites, a Blue, and a roller rink. My name's Joey. I'm here with Will and Mike. We've done no prep tonight. Less than last week. Less than the week before. And
it's just every week it just surprises me even more. It's like, how can we prep less and then we do it the next week?
We're innovators
this week
on the
we
show.
were mid conversation when you hit record. Mike's on his phone looking up songs.
I'm looking something up.
Mike's looking at the Post Malone Hootie and a Blowfish cover, which no one had on their fucking bingo card.
And
I'll tell you
next
that.
is Dance Hall Days by Wang Chung. Would you really hit this one up, ladies?
I've never heard that song in my life.
Really?
No.
Song is dope.
Was it playing at Roller Gardens 1996?
Sure fucking does.
96.
Yeah, what do you mean? Sugar Ray and
60s,
Sugar
60s,
Cat playing
70s, who probably 80s.
Everybody
I think it was
ripping.
70s. I don't know.
My mom said that
Good
was
song.
the fucking shit going to roller rinks.
Roller Gardens was the dopest place to
I
go.
wish, man. Like, fuck,
Same.
our generation is so whack.
Don't you guys
We
ever...
don't do anything fun.
Yeah, but
No,
you guys
'cause
must have had school trips where like you would like plan on which girl you're gonna hold hands with on the slow part
Back
of the
in
trip.
back in
Yeah.
like grade 6 and 7. Then
But,
grade
like-
9, it was like, you bend over, we're grinding, baby. It was like,
Oh,
let's go to the
fuck it.
club.
What do you mean you gotta save room for the Holy Spirit at the dance?
Grade 7 and grade 8, we were grinding for sure. There were
Grade
6 or-
8 you were grinding?
Yeah, but at the
Oh, yeah, 'cause we had-
Legion
at the Legion
dances.
dances, not the school run dances. I don't know who the fuck put these on.
The Much Video
Some
dances?
Scuzzy parent.
There was like fucking freestyle battles at those dances and
I
shit.
remember Tick was like tripping on mushrooms, and we
Nice.
were like grade 7. It was like anything fucking went.
I
It
was so
insane.
innocent. I had
That
no
sounds
idea what
cool.
anybody was doing. I was just like, oh, I'm hanging out with the older people.
Yeah.
You guys want to go smoke weed? Because I'm not.
Did you go to the Legion dances?
Yeah, I went to a few.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did. I was
They
way
were
out
all,
of
it was all
place.
district kids, right?
Yeah, and I was way out of place.
You were
but
probably
it was
grade
jokes.
6. I was in
I was
grade
in grade
8.
6, yeah. And
Yeah.
I was like hanging out with these kids, and like girls like, I like Mike, and I was like the young kid.
Grade 6.
Mike, grab her ass. I was
Yeah,
like,
I know.
I'm like, I don't know what I'm doing. I haven't even barely hit puberty. I don't know what's going on.
Oh man, the guys were so ruthless. And in middle school, for us, it was just like guys would just walk around slapping chicks on the ass.
There was
It
no
like-
rules back then.
and it was just like good. They were just like,
Yeah, I would be like dancing with a girl, and a guy would come up and grab my hands and just put them on her ass. I was like, okay. I'm like, I don't even like this yet.
Ass or hips? Because
Ass, like
hips is like
ass.
dance appropriate, right?
Ass.
Okay.
Like, I'm like, this is, but like, you didn't know it's sexual assault.
So
Until
you
I was
can't.
12.
So you
Yeah.
can't run for public
you were
office
also
now
getting
because
sexually assaulted.
I was getting sexually assaulted.
you
a lot.
will be me too if you run for public
I
office
have
now. You're
I've
on the
been-
record
I've
here.
been sexually assaulted 100% more times than I have sexually assaulted someone. So I was sexually,
I
sexually
hope so.
0 times. I've been sexually assaulted many times.
Good
There you
ratio.
go.
Good
Yeah,
ratio.
pretty good. I
So
guess.
so we're closing in on 3 minutes of podcast. So I'll have to erase from public memory
You think
here.
so?
Yeah, I probably
You think?
won't. I probably won't, but it'll be a consideration
You gotta
tomorrow
say it.
morning.
It's
When
gotta
I'm
be a thing.
editing this, it'll be a consideration for sure.
I
I
think
didn't.
I haven't.
At least you don't have to timestamp that.
Yeah, it's easy. I get
It's
it right at
right
the
away.
front. Yeah, yeah.
Right.
Censor that out. Just nothing but a beep. 3 minute beep.
Yeah. Welcome to another episode.
Yeah.
Welcome to the episode.
Two whites and a
This is a public service announcement. What did you spend your money on last week? Who wants to go first?
I can, I guess.
I know what you're going to spend your money on next week. Drywall patch.
Yeah, I guess I just fucked up the house.
Interesting.
I actually have a drywall patch at my house.
What do you got? The screen and
I have a 2x2 inch screen or 3x3
Yeah,
screen.
that's what I think we got
fucking
one.
help that your
I think we got
walls
one.
are literally paper thin.
Oh,
I turn around and hit the door on my hip, and then I just heard it. I'm like, that didn't sound like there was no give.
Do you think it's less than half-inch drywall?
Do you want to go?
yeah.
Fuck
Yeah?
yeah! It's
like-
paper thin,
It's
bro.
like a piece of construction paper.
Dude, I literally-
What? Is it just
I
a
hit-
wall paneling?
I was fucking playing with Scoop, and then I just got up and turned around and hit the door on my hip,
Uh-huh.
and the door just went into the wall and didn't bounce off. And I was like, looking at it, I'm like,
You just
oh.
embedded the
I'm like,
doorknob.
man, that doesn't look like it's just sitting on the wall. Like, it looks like it's in the fucking wall.
Even Mother Teresa made mistakes, Mike. So.
I pull it out, and I'm like, this is a hole in the wall with nothing. I'm like, yay, sick. I just have to do shit for free now. Like,
We're
wicked.
trying to get Joey's house to be worth more, not less.
You know, Kenzie was saying before you got here,
drafty
Will,
now.
like the drywall is so thin because that used to be 2 rooms on that one wall. And they,
What?
yeah, it used to be 2 rooms. They just broke it, knocked the wall down, made it the big master bedroom.
Oh, 2 rooms in there.
Yeah, so we think that maybe the you know,
This is a 4-bedroom house. Holy fuck!
plus the basement.
Was,
It's even
yeah,
more
this is-
down
yeah,
there.
this-
That's
Bedrooms
pretty
everywhere.
decent.
You open the door, another bedroom there.
But it's like those are like tiny little Harry Potter bedrooms.
No, they're
right?
good size. Definitely what you would expect to see in a $700,000 house.
Right, right.
Good
right.
size
Well, they are
rooms.
now.
Good
The-
natural light.
Is that what this house is worth? Or
It's
is-
going for 700.
Really?
I'm gonna get 700 for it. You
It's
watch.
not going for. This is what you're.
I'm gonna get 700.
He's not taking anything less. It might sit on the market for 6 years, but it'll eventually
be
sell.
700 grand though in the
Mhm.
bank.
You ever heard of inflation? I'm gonna get 700. No
It's gonna
problem.
be worth 200 grand, but it's
By the time
700.
Mike's done with that.
What'd you spend your
pad-
What'd you spend your money on last week?
Well, that oil change I got last week turned into, like I said, hey, look at the battery, and he said, yeah, it's fine. And then the next morning, my car didn't start again.
Oh,
I'm like, cool, man, this is sick. And then yeah, so I had to get a battery yesterday, and I had to
that
get
was
a
the problem.
Yeah, well, I knew it was the fucking problem the whole time. I had to go get an oil change anyway, and I was like, well, the battery's fucked, so I need a battery. And he's just like, oh yeah, we'll check it out. Checked everything. The charging station's good. Everything's good. I'm like, okay, but the fucking it's not starting. Like I need.
How'd you get to the shop?
I got picked up from the old man.
Really?
I drove there, like it started, but I needed a boost at work. And then when I got boosted, go to drive away, fucking car's stuck on flat ground, ice.
Oh,
I'm like,
nice.
it's flat. I'm like, I'm selling my car. Fuck this thing. I want to trade it in. It's not what I need. The way that I drive and shit,
Damn.
Uh-huh.
it's I need.
You had a good run.
I like the car, man. The
How do you
car's
drive?
Great. The
How do
car's
you-
great, but like I also.
The snow's gonna melt, then you're gonna fucking love it again.
That's the thing, and it's like I like the position I was in. I was like, my tires were at this like the steel on it, or they were
Riding rims?
so dangerous. But like that's what they came with, and I was like
Racing slicks.
pretty much, man. Like it was bad, and I was like, I have to get new tires. I don't feel like spending like close to $2,000 on tires and winter tires, so I just got all runners,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
they're trash,
yeah. Mhm.
but they're fucking new, so fuck it.
They look nice.
But yeah, so I'm just like I want 4-wheel drive bad, and I want a truck. So I'm like, all right, I'm at that point. I'm still gonna ride it unless I can get a good deal for it. I would like to sell. If I can sell for like $8,000, I'd sell it like in a heartbeat.
Are you gonna try to sell it, or are you just gonna hope
I'm
someone
gonna
offers you $8,000?
I'm just putting feelers out. If anybody wants it, I'll and I'm like looking to see if like what people would offer for it. Like my one buddy lives out in Alberta, and he's runs a
Oh yeah,
dealership.
yeah.
I talked to him today. I was like, what would you trade in for this? Like just out of curiosity, just to see what I'm dealing with.
And he said
but-
2 plane tickets.
He has,
Get out of here.
get out here, bud. We'll put you up for the weekend.
As long as you leave in an $80,000 car, it's fine.
Yeah, don't worry, man. I'll hook you up.
Hook you
Oh,
up.
yeah,
bro.
will ya?
Another Dodge Charger sold in Alberta.
Yeah, man,
Mhm.
I would fucking love one of those. I would like a Hellcat, but that's later.
I don't even know what that is.
But anyway, it's a fucking sweet car. But I don't know. I bought a battery, and it was like, guy goes, oh man, you got to get one of these specific batteries for these fucking cars. I'm like, yeah, I figured everything's fucking specific. $300 for a fucking battery. I was
that
banking
bad?
on 100 and then maybe 70 for labor. I was banking on like
Yeah.
close to 200, $300. I was like, this fucking car.
Yeah, that's brutal. You had
And
to
I
pay
knew- I knew-
labor?
What?
You couldn't have just done it?
Well, if it was a weekend, I would have done it, but I
Mhm.
needed it the next day, and it was like 4:00. I'm like, I'm not gonna fuck it, pay for it. One of those deals, of like whatever, just fucking take my money. You could have
But were
done
you
it.
already there?
What?
Were you already there?
What
Or
do
it
you
didn't
mean?
start in the morning? What
Didn't
the
start
fuck
in the
did you do?
morning, and then I turned my fucking dad's car around, boosted myself, a lot of swear words.
Oh, nice.
Then after work, I had to boost again, and then I gotta go.
Wow.
It was shit, but
So
yeah.
right from work, you went right to the shop?
Yeah.
Well, that fucking sucks. You have fucking shitty luck with cars, eh?
should have luck with a lot of things, but it's
Yeah.
all good, man. Fuck it. That's where my sense of humor comes from.
Thumbs
Uh,
up.
That's
all
where
right,
my
cool,
sense
Thumbs
man.
up.
All
It's
right.
turning around. Everything's coming up,
It's
Mike.
just fuck it, man. You know, at this point, fuck it. That's all you can really say. It's like sometimes it gets so bad where it's just super funny. You just like it's so shit that it's like okay, this is like I can just tell that's like my fucking defense mechanism for dealing
Yeah.
with shit. I just laugh at it. So that's why I have like I make fun of everything.
Yeah.
And people don't like that, but fuck them. I don't need friends anyway.
Good point.
I've got friends, so
Good
you don't
point.
want to be friends with me. My sense of humor comes from my trauma.
I don't know. I've been in some shitty situations where like I want to laugh it off, but then like sometimes it's just blinded by the rage
Oh,
for too much for
it
too long.
sucks.
Like when my muffler fell off on my way to work, and I'm just like on the side of the highway, like with a piece of string trying to tie it back together. I was not joking about that, you know. I wasn't really laughing, being like, fucking another day, you know.
Didn't that just happen to Jack in the summer? He like ended up using a
Yeah.
beer can to.
Yeah.
I've
he
come up to
did,
the
right?
cottage.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
It's like that shit. I don't know what it is about like car malfunctions, but like they're always so shit when you're in them, but like later they're always so jokes, and you have to become super resourceful.
Oh, you had to Jimmy rig something.
You got to do
always,
something,
yeah.
and it just like shows you what you're made of. Like you're like, well, how the
I know.
fuck am I gonna get out of this?
Because it's so joke. I love seeing people on the highway with this shit hanging off their
Just
car.
and you're just like they're like when they're pulled over on the shoulder, and they're just like fucking
mm-hmm.
hands on their heads, just like
The hood's open.
eyebrows as high as they can be.
It's
raised.
character
Like,
building day,
what
bud.
But yeah, exactly. Drive by. I'd love to help you, but I gotta go.
Yeah.
See you later. I can see. I can't stop on the highway.
There's no fun or inexpensive car repair to do.
No, fuck no.
Neither of those.
Just
No.
fucking replacing like your headlights is a bitch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just like getting your head like, and that's why, like when I worked in the garage, I was like, fuck this, man. Like working on cars is cool, but have you done it? It's a fucking nightmare, man.
Is there anything worse than getting? I mean, like we're all the YouTube generation. We don't pay anyone to fix shit for us. When you
DIY? Yeah.
when you get on,
Just, I think that's a pretty bipolar. It's pretty bipolar. There's also a lot of people who are like, can't do anything.
it's also like binary too. Like there's like a certain number of things you'll do on your own. For me, if I'm watching a YouTube video and it's like, here's how you fix this, and the first thing the guy does is pop the hood, I just shut it off. I'm not doing it.
No.
If it's like in the car door panel or something, or like in the trunk, sure, I can figure it out. But like
really, I'd rather be under the hood than in the door.
oh fuck, I'm not doing that. Even like the headlights thing is a good example on those cars. The YouTube video for replacing a
Maybe for your
Volkswagen
fucking
headlight.
Volkswagen shit. Yeah,
The-
what is it, like 45 minutes long?
No, the YouTube
That's
videos.
quick. The guy just
YouTube
does it like
videos
that.
3 minutes long. He does it, and then he gets like he's finished with the video, and he grabs his walking stick. He's blind too. He fucking does
He's
it.
got like 8 different tools
he does
you've
it.
never seen before.
He does it in 3
That's
minutes,
the best.
and then you get in there,
Uh-huh.
and you're like, wait.
It took
a
me
minute.
2 hours to
This
do
isn't
my
the
light.
and you
Yeah.
can't
Took
and
me
like
2 hours because we couldn't get it.
the
My
twi-
dad's coming out. We're
the
fighting.
thing to like
I
the thing
know,
to
I know.
reattach the fucking lights in the Volkswagen.
so hard to do.
You
Just
can't do
like,
it.
oh, what the fuck? And then
And
like,
you got big hands. My hands are like little sausage hands. At least maybe you can like get your fingers in there. I can't. I'm like trying to get this thing to turn. I can't fucking do it.
And it's just so fucking frustrating because you know it needs to be done. You just can't do
do
it.
it.
And then even better, my dad one time, like years ago, when I first got the car, I replaced one of the headlights. And the second time I did it, he's like, "You can do this on your own." He didn't believe it, rightfully so.
Mhm.
And he's like, "Let me see you."
He
do
knew
it."
what kind of kid
He
raised.
goes, "Let me see you do it." He goes, "Let me see you do it." So I went out there, had the light from Canadian Tire, went in there. He's like, "How do you know this is the right light?" It's like an H7 halogen bulb or whatever, standard bulb.
there's 2 options.
Yeah, every car has like one of the 3 or 2 or 3
You
options.
can get the nice lights or the lights that everybody hates when they're behind you.
crappy tire brand, baby.
No, you can get the lights that are just like.
Oh, yeah,
and,
yeah,
and they're
yeah.
like, I'm like, dude, really? How do you need to see through my
you
car?
think they're beaming you on the highway?
what the
I always do that, and I fucking flash. I'm like, I don't give a fuck if those are your regular lights. Still gonna flash you. Still
Yeah.
I hate
fucking
those
cock, I
fucking
still can't
people.
see.
Hate those fucking people.
So I remember he's like, "Show me how you can do it." So I go under the hood, go into the fucking thing to change the light, and he goes,
Bashes out your other one with a
"No." He
crowbar.
goes,
Do it
"Did you?"
again.
He
No,
goes, "Who
do
did
it
this last
again.
time? You did this last time?"
do
I'm like,
mine.
"Yeah, I did it."
Yeah.
He looks in there and like the what do you call it, the gasket or whatever that seals it,
Mhm.
because I couldn't get it to seal. All I did was like jam it and try and like wedge it
Yeah.
into the thing, burn the shit out of the gasket.
Right.
Just
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
melted.
yeah.
The thing is completely fried. He's like, "You could have a fire in this car." I'm like, I don't know about that. But like,
It's
I was
a
like,
light.
you
Yeah.
try and do it. He's like, "I'm not doing it. It's not my car."
And he's
What are you doing out here then?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
What's
yeah.
going
Hard time.
on? What's going
Uh-huh.
on? Good,
Like-
just
like
leave
my-
me alone.
But the thing is, like, what I was so envious of my dad in that time when I was doing that. He could just go, fuck this, and he just left. And I'm
Yeah,
sitting there, I'm
exactly,
like, I have
exactly.
to just keep
You have-
trying
you
to
have
do
no
this
choice.
because
I
it's
know.
my fucking car. I need a light.
I know. That's like honestly, like that's like what my job is these days. Like I'm like end of the line fixing all the machines.
Oh,
So
fuck.
there's like the guys at the end of the line, A3s, then they call quality, then they call manufacturing, then they call me.
They're
and like
well, good luck, Will.
yeah, once like quality calls me, they'll hang out for a little bit and like it's like after like 10, 15, 20 minutes, they're like, well, all right, I'm not helping here, so I'm going back upstairs.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yep, cool.
See
Yeah,
ya.
See you later.
Yeah.
I'll be
good.
down here for like 3-4 hours. It's fine.
Ugh.
It's exact, and I can barely just be like, I cannot really just like throw up my hands and be like, if it's like, the really, really comes down to it, I can just be like, all right, man, I don't know, change that valve. And it's going to take like a little while going back upstairs.
Yeah.
Hopefully it works.
But it's like that's like the thing too. It's like when you're there, you're just like, oh, you always like in your initial thought, you're like, there's no fucking way we can do it. And then
Yeah.
someone else says, there's got to be a way. You
Mhm.
have to find a way. I'm
Yeah.
like, holy fuck! I'm like, I'm getting paid. I got to fucking do this.
How
Like,
many motivational posters are up in the line room where you guys are, like in the
Oh,
Is there a lot of them? Like,
There's a
always,
decent amount.
Like always find a way.
yeah,
Or like Jesus is walking on water, like he found a way.
yeah. Jesus is like
some
being
passages
held
from
up by a
Psalms.
skyjack scissor
Yeah,
lift.
yeah.
Like up to God's finger. He's
Yeah.
actually like on a scissor lift. There's tons of those.
Two of them. Just
The Sistine Chapel is the Lord just touching a cradle from a skyjack lift.
yeah.
This is our new 40,000 kilometer lift. Barely any sway.
Are you guys trying to get to Mars before Elon with the scissor lift, you think?
We're
straight up?
just stacking them on top of each other.
All right, we're getting close to the atmosphere. We got to put in hyperspeed.
yeah.
If you guys are cool being in free air for this,
So
we
dumb.
almost made it through the atmosphere, but the
Oh,
last two
God.
guys burned up.
Oh,
I
man.
don't have any sympathy for people.
That's why
who-
we have a job fair coming up.
I don't have any sympathy for people who are like, I can't fix this. I don't know what to do. Especially
Yeah.
guys our age, because
Gotta
like
fucking try.
you grew up. We talked about this like last week or 2 weeks ago. How like if something went wrong with your home computer when you were a kid,
Mm-hmm.
there was no one else to figure it
No.
out except
You
for
are
you.
the
Oh my
Geek Squad.
god!
You're the
Len
Your
Geek
Ma,
parents,
actually,
your
Len
parents just
Ma.
going downstairs.
We had a guy from
Len Ma,
Len Ma. Shout out Len Ma.
what a name!
He was
Somehow not surprising. This man knew his way around a computer. I
Yeah,
hope that's
weird,
what the
right?
story is.
It is 100%.
Okay.
Yeah, it was. He went to so fucking weird. I was about to say he goes to our church that I have not been to in fucking 15
I
years.
didn't realize you're gospel oriented.
But that's exactly how we knew him. He went to our church. It was way more his church than our church. But my grandma went, and then he was just like a fucking computer nerd. I don't know. He just like knew his shit. I think I don't know what the fuck he did, honestly. But like he would always come over and fix our old ass computer,
He dabbled.
or we'd send it to him and he'd like fucking fix it up.
It's crazy though. Like people have those stupid skills that like
Mm-hmm.
it's insane. Like it's like we all do shit that like nobody else can do, right? Like fair to say.
Mm-hmm.
But then it's like nothing to us. And then you're
Right.
sitting there, I'm like, how the fuck did you learn how to do that? Meanwhile, we're doing the same thing just in a different field.
yeah.
For
And
sure.
it's like, what the fuck? Like, but like computer stuff, it's like
it's next level shit.
I can't. It's a new language.
And it might be the most forgiving of all the things we talk about here. Because like if you're especially working with software, like you really can't fucking destroy a computer
right.
just working with software. Hardware maybe, I don't really know, but software I don't think you
Probably
can.
Software, I don't know. That's what that Zuckerberg said. Fail fast, right? Try
Yeah.
to break it as fast as you can.
Is that what he said?
Mm-hmm.
How's he doing?
I don't know. Probably sitting all
Fuck,
right.
if that was the
He's
that
just
was the
he's just stealing
fucking
more good
mantra,
ideas
I'd
from
be-
his competitors.
If that was the mantra, I'd be like a king. Break it fast. I could break it in a second.
Not with code though.
Not with code, but like physically. I could
I don't think he meant to take a
smash it,
hammer to your
smash it.
computer.
Oh, that's
Somehow
how this would work.
Is that troubleshooting or just trouble?
Both.
You bring a gun to do
Pouring, like-
troubleshooting?
But imagine if I took a hammer to it but didn't go through it and just slammed it right, just jostled everything right in the right orientation and just worked. I'm a genius, billionaire.
was there not?
Yeah.
There was an era where
Right,
like,
yeah.
Homeboy hit a fucking computer with a hammer. Now he's a billionaire.
You remember the
Don't-
first
no
time-
steps in between. I don't
you
know
guys
what
remember the
happened.
first time you had a TV in your room? Were you guys old
Oh
enough?
fuck yeah!
Were you old enough that like the TV sometimes just wouldn't work? You just give it a little tap.
Oh,
and
yeah.
it start-
Yeah, yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
So like I had a TV like that.
For sure. I had one that like I had the on off button was a pull out
Yeah, we had
knob.
that.
Yeah,
in the basement.
And
So
you
we had.
shut it off.
Yeah.
knob.
That was
yeah.
my grandma. Well, our house now. It was that I had one of those in the basement.
Oh yeah, yeah. It
Go
was
down there and it
wood
was-
is fucking so goddamn
All
heavy.
wood, and it was like every time you change, like you pull it, I was like, it was like holy shit! the
It's like
fuck-
a CRT panel.
what's going on into this
Oh, yeah.
fucking TV? It's like a bomb every time, just an explosion. TV,
And
it's
you
like,
touch the
shit.
screen, you get a huge shock.
There was a name. I remember working at the pawn shop. I got to look this up. There was a name for like the old Sony CRT TVs that we used to like not want to have to bring in. It was the Panasonic. They had a TV called the Tau, the Panasonic Tau, 27 inch. You need two guys to bring it in from the guy's
Oh
car.
fuck yeah, yeah.
It weighs like 120
Yeah, the old
pounds.
tubes.
Or maybe.
Yeah.
Sony had one. I can't remember what it was called. There's a few other brands. I remember
Those
just
couldn't have been worth fucking jack anyways.
Back then.
yeah, but like
But what, you weren't working at that place in the 80s.
I was working in 2010, 11.
Yeah.
We were selling them, buying them.
What?
Cheap, but we were doing it. Oh
Yeah.
yeah, for sure. That was at the
This is
tail
nickel
end.
and dime,
That was
right?
at the beginning of the time when flat screens were becoming like affordable for the average household.
Yeah.
Yeah, like 27, 32, 37 around that area. And like when we got a flat screen TV.
Oh, a flat. Yeah, versus like you're not talking about old projection TVs.
We had DLPs, rear projection. We had those too. Yeah.
Where
We're-
like it was like this fucking.
and
deep,
the room
but
had to be like Vanta black, where you couldn't see the
Yeah,
screen.
yeah,
even
yeah.
even a tiny bit of light, you can't see anything on the TV. Like,
Fuck
I can't
yeah.
see. What's the viewing
And
angle
the
on this?
glare, when there's glare in the room, you're like,
Yeah.
wow, this is a really nice
Can't
sunlight I'm
You really
watching.
can't
I can't wait to
see.
listen to this movie.
We
Yeah.
fucking, me and my dad and I just took, well, not like, well, fairly recently, I guess, like a couple years ago, we just took one of those down. I remember, like, same thing I said before about like DVD players. Like, I remember, like, it was like, we'll never have one of those. I was like, we'll never have, it was like a widescreen TV.
Yeah.
And then we just took it downstairs.
That's
and like,
how they used to market
because
them.
like the way our stairs work, it's like it's down a set of stairs, then you have to turn left and then go down another set of stairs.
Uh-huh.
And we're taking a fucking widescreen TV down with no give. It's huge. Like, it's
Why down?
because we're just getting it out of the fucking room.
Oh, just storing it.
Yeah, well, and then we had to bring it back up to get rid of it.
I know.
And it was just like, we're taking it down. I'm just like, we're hitting it off. Everything's like, fuck, don't worry about it. It's a piece of
Get
shit.
the chainsaw out.
Like, what the fuck
Saw
are we
it
doing? Like, before this was like the holy grail, and now we're
Yeah,
just
yeah,
fucking
yeah.
get down. It's trash. We're like, what the fuck happened?
There's
man?
like the
The
It's actually
Sony.
the
glass is
like-
like this thick on it.
oh, everything was so thick. Like the widescreens, it's just the screen and like a base. This was like everything built in. The
Yeah,
speakers
yeah.
were like a fucking 3-foot piece that was all one thing. Like, you couldn't
Yeah.
even, you couldn't do it. It was just a huge, like it was a 6-foot by 6-foot unit.
How wide was it?
It was pretty wide. I couldn't tell you the fucking measurements.
But was it
I
like-
bet you it was like maybe 3.5 of those cabinets. I bet it was huge.
But I mean, like, how like deep was
Oh,
it?
deep. It was not a flat screen. It was.
Oh, it wasn't
it
a
was
flat
huge,
screen.
man. It was
Oh.
like
So I'd like to offer you guys a little slice of the past here. Amazon review from 2005 for the Sony Trinitron 36-inch.
Okay, can I see what the
What a
Trinitron
name.
looks like? I feel like
what
I've
a
had it.
name.
It's an incredible name. Oh, you
Sounds like
can't.
a-
They don't even load
probably
the
an incredible
picture.
piece of
The
equipment.
unit weighs 190 pounds.
That's it.
36-inch TV, 190 pounds.
Where's the weight? In
You
that?
could pick. It's in the back.
But
Remember
what
the
is it?
thing
The
was like-
tube.
But what is
Yeah.
it?
I don't know. Big buns, hung on that thing.
It's a bunch
Fucking-
of glass in there, I think.
Let me read you this review from RK. Five stars.
36 inches?
The Rolls Royce of 36-inch TVs. I went looking for a quote unquote HD TV experience.
This
I
guy
couldn't.
was fucking, first of all, way ahead of the curve. Shopping on Amazon in 2005.
Yeah.
For a TV.
I couldn't afford it, so I got
No
the
2-day
closest thing I
deliveries.
could. It's not
no.
quote unquote HDTV, rather DVI inputs with satellite TV and an S video connection. You know what S video is? It's like the original way to hook up. It's the first time that those like gaming systems, laptops, all that stuff
red, white, yellow.
went
those?
away from that to one cable.
Oh,
Was the first time they
so
did
that's
that.
okay. So that's like
Yeah.
that's
Oh.
not bad then. I
That's
was
like
assuming
the first iteration of like HDMI or
That's
whatever.
when I knew
like,
I was going to be an electrician. When I
steady.
could hook up my video game console by myself. I was like,
That's
I
the
can
first
do
step.
this. I can do this.
Fuck yeah, then you get it and there's like, you can't hear it, but you can see it.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
then you just
You
you
just
go the
troubleshooting?
one. Yeah, you
You got
fucked
the
it
yellow
up.
and the
Oh,
fucking
you put it in red, you idiot.
Yeah.
How about I fuck this up? My dad does. He's colorblind.
It's
He doesn't know what the fuck he's doing.
Rather DVI inputs, but with satellite TV and S video connection and a DVD connected to the component in the back. I'm super impressed.
What does that mean,
TV
a
shows
DVD?
TV shows never look so freaking nice. And with the DVDs, the colors are astounding. DVDs. I'm so spoiled. I won't watch TV elsewhere. With a flat screen, it looks great off and on. So this
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
these were the first these
It's a
were
really
the
nice
first
showpiece.
these were the first
Yeah.
TVs where like remember the screen was flat for the first time, not curved.
Yeah,
and it had
yeah.
the speakers at the side, right? That's what the Trinitron
Ever seen the Mona Lisa? Yeah. Have you seen the
yeah.
Trinitron?
with a
Trinitron
with a
from
flat screen, it
2005?
looks great off and on. Though so much better on. I haven't
This guy's
ever
never had. This guy has not had sex since 2000.
I haven't ever used the speakers built in. I just went to
80%
surround
in
sound
creative
with the
writing.
satellite hookup. Now there's some other reviews here, like from D. Crilly, average television till it died. But I like this guy talking about the Rolls Royce of TVs. That's
He
fucking
was fucking
sick.
impressed. I want to know what he
Dope.
came from to that.
I want to know if he's got
Probably
any other
garbage. But
reviews.
the thing is, that was everybody. Everyone was so psyched on it.
Which
and it
is
was
so
shit.
fucked. Like, imagine what they like seeing this shit we have now.
He's actually done. So RK, we can follow RK. His most recent review was in August 23 of 2019 for the OnePlus 7 Pro, the phone I had before I had that, which was a good phone.
He's been reviewing Amazon shit for 14 years.
Yeah, he's been buying a lot of stuff. Dash cams. He bought a tent. It was only 3 stars according to him. Yeah,
can't
he
even-
bought
I
the
will
he bought the
never.
he bought the
Blogging every purchase.
he bought the
makes.
Ape Man waterproof 4K camera.
Ape man.
Yeah. What? Okay. So what age do you think that you just tap out of like new shit? You know what I mean? Like
Oh.
our grandparents and shit when like new TVs were coming out. Like my grandma lived to be 99.
Which shit are you talking about?
Like
though?
I'm talking like technologically. Like
My
what,
grandma, I can tell you right now, her TV.
it's probably fucking a classic tube TV.
No, it's not. It's not bad. But her remote has every button taped off, so she can't press it except for the on button and then the
channel change
channels
and the
Yeah.
volume.
Yeah.
Volume's probably full. All
I think
the
the
time.
volume is that's just what it is
Full.
always.
it's just
Yeah,
taped
yeah.
down on up all the time.
Yeah, it's
it's
full.
always going
Yeah.
up. You can't
She's
turn
sitting
it
there
down.
like with her fucking binoculars on. Like
Fuck yeah, because that's what she does. She rips binoculars and watches golf.
nice. That's sick.
Fuck yeah.
But like my grandma would just sit there and like she would just it was a shit TV shit.
Mm.
Maybe the end. I
Flat
can't-
Boy or no?
Maybe at the end. I
Mm.
want to say no, but like it for sure was.
But she's not gonna go to Best Buy and be like, I'm gonna get that one. Let me just take
That's
it
the
home in
thing.
my
It-
truck.
you're only as good as the kids you have to
Yeah.
get you that kind of shit. My
That
Nona's the
says more
same way
about
now.
you than your grandma. How about that?
Not me. My fucking parents and my uncles and aunts.
Well, you
True.
couldn't do it?
true.
No, I was fucking a retard. Ah,
It's all right. We use that word on this show now.
Now that Joey's okay with it.
The Overton window has shifted.
after the backlash of the beep outs. But no, I'm I'm just curious about like what age do you think you just kind of
Don't you
tap
think you're
out
already
of
there?
technological advances?
You don't think you're already there? You still play RuneScape. You've been there.
that's fine,
I don't know.
but that's not the same. I'm down for yeah, sure, I guess
Some
but, like,
things, anyway.
I'll
Yeah,
tell you
yeah,
what my
some
grandma
things.
wants. My grandma wants, because she saw it at her friend's house, she wants a fucking camera in her birdhouses that's just on her TV 24 hours a day.
Stream.
Just streaming birds in
You
the
can just
in
get like a
their
trail
birdhouses.
cam. And
Why don't you
put
just
it in
stream the
there.
African watering hole on her?
I know.
yeah.
Totally. But she
Like
wants
this
to
one
see
with the
her
birds and the squirrels.
Ah.
She wants to see her birds because she
They
has a
don't-
bunch of birdhouses. So I was
But
like,
she doesn't own the birds though.
her birds, her
Hmm.
birdhouses. She owns the houses.
Interesting.
They pay rent.
They squat. They're
They're
squatters.
squatters.
He's got tenants.
Even the
Yeah, she's
even
just
the
out there
birds can
nailing
get
it shut.
even the birds can get a
Rents
mortgage,
due.
but we
Yeah.
can't. Sad. Very sad.
That would be fucking so joke. Nope. You guys are
Loses her mind. The 5 pieces of string this month.
wasn't nearly enough. Your nest was fucking poor. You guys are out.
Spraying water in
Next thing
there.
you know, there's an eviction notice. On can't come here. They fly in. They're just like
There's a squirrel.
Again?
Who was in there?
this is
Grandma's either eating eggs.
they're-
I don't know like what the age is. I think I'm already there though. Like we talked about how on this podcast, I don't even use the remote on my TVs anymore. I can't do it. Like I can't change the channel. I don't know what channel anything's on.
Yeah.
If I need something, I have to like call Ken's. Like, can you put on the Raptor game? I don't know what it's on.
What?
Yeah.
TV remotes. I'm fucking primitive as shit.
I got it down in my one room now because that's where I have to go to watch Leaf games. So I
Yeah.
got it down. It's like press the cable button, turn the cable on, press the TV button, press the TV on. So it's like your remote knows what it's
You have to
sending.
do both. Yeah.
And sending the response to which one, and then you got to have it on cable to like fuck with it. But yeah, I don't know if it's anything beyond that. I have no idea.
Juicy IPA.
I
You like
can't
that?
believe you just did that.
You like that?
You know,
What?
oh fuck.
What?
Don't get me started.
What?
I can't believe you did that.
Say it.
You made it. I thought you were gonna spill it for sure.
No, man. I'm a fucking beast.
Incredible.
I'm drinking the fog.
Yeah, Mike's never spilt anything his whole life.
No, I don't. Wait till I pick it up. It'll be all over the fucking table.
The next time he turns around in the hallway, he might go through the fucking wall. But he's never spilled anything.
I've never had this. Have you had this one?
LOB?
Lake of Bays.
Yeah.
Foghorn.
I've had that.
I haven't.
I was just
I
at
haven't
the
had
beer
that
store.
one.
I'm
But
surprised that you got that
I was just at the beer store. He
because
said,
you don't
"Fuck
like
it."
hazy IPAs.
I don't know what it is.
Well, give it a fucking suck and let's see.
Juicy IPA. I didn't even care. I was just like looking. I'm like, I want 2. Like last week, I fucked up and just bought 8 bench.
yeah.
That was too much.
Was it really?
No, it was good. Like I was down, but like the next day, I was like having a few
Oh,
beers. The
yeah,
next
yeah,
day, I was fucked. I was
Yeah.
like, why am I
Yeah.
hungover? I had 8 beers, but,
I had 8 tall boys.
but if I had 8 regular beers, I'd be fine.
8 tall boys is a lot. If I have 4 with you
Sure.
guys, the next day, first 2 hours are pretty slow.
Oh, if I have 4 like craft beers, I'm a headache
Hurting.
for sure the next day if I don't suck down some water.
That's what these are. A headache. That's pretty good.
At the cottage, you have 4 beers over 12 hours, and we don't see you till 5 o'clock the next day.
Me? Oh, my hangovers.
Your
were fucking
hangovers
Yeah.
are pathetic.
Yeah,
It
so
drives me
brutal. Last
crazy.
weekend was so fucking bad.
Drives
I
me
was fucking
nuts.
rough. As soon as I stepped out of my place, I just threw up all over the fucking front lawn. I was like, I gotta go, guys. See ya. Didn't even wait for a response. Just left and just threw up. Stepped out of the door and just fucking painted the fucking.
Oh,
Nice.
like when
Front
you
lawn.
left the house?
Yeah, like I stepped off the
Carlos'
porch and
house?
just threw out. No,
No,
uh,
at his house.
at my house. on Sunday afternoon.
Mm.
I left him and Sad there doing work, and I was like, I gotta leave, boys. See you later. I stepped out my fucking door and just threw up all over the front lawn.
Dude, that was fucking brutal.
That's
But
good.
I won't lie, that fucking actually did help me a lot. Like the next, like for getting into
What?
the shape. Like I've realized if I just get up and start doing shit that's not like just a workout or like
Yeah.
a hike, if I actually go and do like use my head a bit,
Yeah.
the Monday was nothing. I was fine on Monday, which
Oh,
was
I
like
wasn't.
I was fine, but I was like, oh okay. But the Sunday was brutal.
Probably like
Brutal.
when I turned 29. That's when the hangover started lasting 2 days.
Mine
Yeah.
last 2 days. I am not at 100% until Thursday.
It's
Yeah.
well,
I double up and I go drink a lot.
I always
so-
say that
yeah.
I'm not going to drink on like during the week, and I try not to. But like the last 2 weeks, I think I've done Thursday beers.
oh yeah.
Yeah.
But like I won't either. But like the thing is, like my uncle now comes over to my house to help me do work on it,
Right.
and it was Monday, and I was
See
feeling
the
like kind of
Heinekens?
iffy, and then I picked him up a 12-pack of Heineken Tall Boys just so, like he can have them there, like 'cause that's what he drinks, and
Yeah.
like just so he can have like beers and shit.
Right.
And he had like a few beers, and he's like, "Hey, man, Will, do you mind if I have like one more before we leave?" I'm like, "Yeah, no, I got it. I'll have one too. Why not?"
Yeah,
Yeah.
but
And then
man,
yesterday, same thing.
fucking helps, man.
Yeah.
Fucking helps, which is hilarious, but it does help.
But my problem is like when I have hangovers, it's not that I can't even like I'm in fucking rough shape, fucking pathetic, but I can't like give my body what it needs to recover.
You don't want to. Like, you don't want to just crush a bunch of water.
Well, I'll throw up. Like when I was
True.
chilling there, I had a bunch of fucking aloe juice, which I don't care what anyone says, is fucking so goddamn good.
Because we
and
had some things to
refreshing.
say there for sure.
100%.
Yeah.
You did. Everyone
Yeah.
does. I
Yeah,
know.
yeah.
And fucking, they still sell it. So
It's
other
meant.
people still
It's meant
buy
to
it.
be cream.
It's so
weird.
fucking good.
Aloe's a
weird.
plant.
It's odd to me.
Whatever. I love the chunks.
He's
It's
just-
fucking delicious.
He's just squeezing juice out of leaves in the jungle.
It's like aloe with pulp. It's fucking fantastic. Whatever. I had like a half bottle of that, went outside, threw it up,
Yeah.
went home,
Sick.
had like a couple drinks of water, and like I just like I can't do this. And then I
Cool.
fucking go back and I went to bed. I went to sleep, woke up at like 5, crushed a little bit of a shawarma. Then like I just like can't get it into me. I just cannot get like fruit, vegetables, water into me because I
I-
can't keep shit down.
Has anyone else like you're the only person I've ever heard of that at like the next day at 5 o'clock can't absolutely hammer any kind of greasy food.
Dude, I have a fucking
Oh.
shawarma
Anything.
for breakfast when I'm hungover.
we
Like,
fucking
oh, yeah.
we fucking lit up here Montfort's a few weeks ago for dinner, and
Why?
I don't know, we were hungover for something. I forget what.
Montfort?
Yeah,
Montfort,
what is
yeah.
that?
They were at that fucking restaurant place in Dundas where that couldn't stay open.
It's good.
And
They got one in Ancaster,
underneath
one on
Jake's
James.
house.
It's good. So
it was there for a minute.
It's shawarma plus like a little bit upscaled from like what
Well, it's
you
like
would see in
a
the strip
dine-in
mall.
shawarma type
Exactly,
thing, right?
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like Osmos, like the original Osmos. That's how
Right.
I would describe it. A little
That's
bit
what I
better.
got.
A little bit better.
Yeah.
And
Well,
like yeah, fucking you,
definitely better.
you light up a rice shawarma,
Oh, yeah.
chicken on the rice.
Chicken on the rocks.
It,
yeah.
you go in there. It's
Sign
just
me
this, there's like a little man in a canoe of white sauce.
oh,
Oh,
fuck yeah.
fuck.
What rice? It's all just garlic
know.
juice.
Yeah, I know.
Send
That is
it.
exactly what I got. And then the next day, I ate it for lunch because I had so much left over.
Yeah.
And then I was like, I hadn't had shawarma in so long. The following day, also went and got a shawarma
Sick.
again. I was
So
like,
good.
This is so fucking
They're
good.
great.
They're so good. Oh,
No,
it's
I,
fucking
like
fantastic.
my hangovers are like.
I might go get a shawarma after this podcast.
I mean,
You
fucking
earned it.
Yeah, fuck yeah, you did.
I did earn it today.
I don't know. My hangovers, I'm like pretty happy about my hangovers. To be fair, like
Yeah.
they're not bad. Like if I like it is kind of now. I'm getting older, so now it's like shifting into my head, which is super shit. I can do gut rot. I
Yeah.
can't do the head.
This is a thing that I read about the other day. I talked a little bit on this show about congeners in craft beer.
It's a different hangover for
So
sure.
you know what they say? The other thing about those beers is that it's like that pinching
yeah,
feeling
it's
in your.
brutal.
Yeah,
That's what.
yeah,
that's
yeah.
what
You
gives
wake
you.
up and
That's
you're
what.
like the only thing that
Yeah.
can kind of help
Open
you
your
is like
eyes,
raise
yeah.
That's
your
what
eyebrows
gives it
so
to
much.
you.
Like fuck.
That's what gives it to you.
Really?
That's
The
the-
only,
yeah.
the only thing that helps is laying in bed again. That's
100%,
literally
yeah.
it. Like, nothing works. It's just all day. It's like fuck.
Unless you
wake
just
up-
get right up when
And
you still
drink
got a
again.
tiny bit of a buzz and get to McDonald's or get cooking some eggs or
or
something,
drink
Or have
another
a
beer.
beer.
then you lie back down.
Yeah.
Fine.
Oh, fuck it. But like sometimes I'll wake up at like 9:30 just because like my natural clock, and
Yeah.
I cannot fall back asleep because I'm so fucking hungover.
Yeah.
You know, like
Just
I have to
laying
lie
there.
here.
You're like
Feeling it,
sweating,
but I
your
can't
body
get up.
temperature's
Yeah.
out of whack.
That's fucking horrible.
I
You
hate
just
that.
wake up and feel it.
Yeah,
It's so brutal.
Yeah, it's fucking pathetic. I gotta figure something out.
Have you ever like in the middle of the night just like fucking spent 5 minutes like hoovering water out of a bathroom sink because you just are so
Oh, yeah,
fucking
yeah.
thirsty.
Fuck yeah,
fuck
I've
yeah.
done
Oh
that.
my god, that's the
for
worst.
sure.
There's something about that water tastes so good.
Don't
man.
ever
You
look
can't
at.
stop.
I'll tell you what.
Don't look at
ever.
yourself.
Don't ever look at the underside of a bathroom sink.
Oh,
Of course,
yeah,
I don't
fuck
care.
yeah.
I tell you, I
Because,
don't give a fuck.
Well,
I'm not putting my
wife-
mouth on it either.
still a
I'm just
lot of
fucking-
people spitting in there. You know, there's a lot of.
I could
Oh,
care
100%.
less. I could
Well.
care less at that point.
Just saying.
I'm a tap water advocate. I don't give a
Oh,
fuck.
me too, for sure.
You get there. What's that? Like the dried up alien, like going to the sink.
Yeah, yeah. Fuck
He's
yeah.
so fucking thirsty.
Dobby from Harry Potter. That's- it's not. I don't know. Hangovers are bad, but like I don't know.
They're the worst. That's the worst
They are
part
the
about.
worst.
That's the worst part of getting older. I would say so far.
I agree. I definitely.
That's
agree.
it.
yeah.
Definitely
Yeah,
agree. The
for
hangovers
sure.
suck, and it's like I'm not gonna slow down drinking. I know that.
Well, the thing is, like, if I went to bed at midnight, I could probably be fine by like 9 a.m. the next day. But my problem is the no sleep. Like, if I wake up and I only have 5 hours of sleep,
Huge
I can't.
part of
I'll
it.
never tough it out. I
Huge
cannot tough
part
it
of
out.
it, yeah.
I have to just fucking. I have to just be like even last weekend, girlfriend was like, "Let's do something." I was like, I have to go to bed again.
This is a symptom of what we were talking about before about how people fucking like everyone is sleeping 5-6 hours a night and drinking every night and eating nothing but fucking shawarmas and Lay's ketchup every day. Like, oh, what's wrong? You don't feel good? Like, you feel like you always do because you're an idiot. I feel way worse because I'm a fucking high functioning machine,
right.
German engineered,
Well,
Italian engineered.
yeah, and
Uh-huh.
then when I drink, I fucking drink like a beast because I fucking work like
If
a
I'm
beast.
gonna
you gotta
drink-
blow off all that steam.
Yeah, if I'm
Yeah.
gonna drink, I'm drinking. I'm
Yeah,
not
for
having
sure.
one beer
Well.
and then going to bed.
Yeah, I think I'm pretty good for that. I don't ever really drink during the week. The only time I ever really do is if we have hockey, and it's
Right.
like Sunday or Thursday. And Sunday I usually only have one.
Thursday's not.
It's also not during the week.
Yeah,
Yeah, but Thursday it's
it's
like
a school night though.
yeah.
right.
Yeah.
I don't like to.
But your Thursdays, you go fucking hard on Thursdays sometimes when you don't have to work.
Sometimes, yeah. Sometimes Thursday I'm leaving my car at the rink.
If you're
Yeah.
boozing on a Thursday, then it's because you got nothing to do Friday, or even better, because you're like doing something that's drinking friendly, like going golfing on a Friday.
Yeah, or just like and Thursday night too. It's like I'm playing hockey. Everyone's drinking. We're all
Yeah.
having beers and shit. Like, yeah, I'm gonna drink.
Yeah, for sure.
And I like personally, right? Like we only work half days on Fridays typically. So it's like, what the fuck is 4 hours? And it's usually
Yeah.
it's usually nothing. We just go
Not
in
so
and
bad.
clean up and whatever. It's like I don't give a fuck. I'm
Yeah.
going hungover for that.
Yeah.
Like,
I
not
think I'm
doing
at a
any
point where I
fuck
would
thing.
have to call in sick, hungover.
I
couldn't
Yeah,
not-
you,
I call in
couldn't-
sick hungover.
I could like I have never,
you
but
have
like
unlimited sick days.
Yeah, but like
Yeah, that helps.
yeah, but what is like I know our union defines a sick day as like a day where you can't perform your duties. Like, look, if I got to split, I'll tell you what, okay?
If that happened, if I did that, I'd just get laid
This-
off so fast. So
if you
fast.
if you
Like,
did
Mike's
it
fucking
once,
a
if you did
joke.
it once, you wouldn't get laid
especially
off.
on a Friday, they wouldn't be like Mike's hungover on a Friday. They'd
No,
be
they-
like, if it was a Monday, maybe. Or if
Yeah.
it was, like
If you-
after a long weekend, yeah.
If you call in sick, they just assume you're hungover.
Really?
Oh
well,
yeah,
that's the
Everyone
fucking
does.
company you keep, man.
Everyone does. Yeah, fuck yeah, it is. Fuck yeah, it's like, oh, what? Mike's not. Like, I remember because I was actually sick on my birthday, whatever, not this year, last year, and it was just so happened that my birthday was right on the fucking Super Bowl,
Oh yeah,
Oh,
that's
right.
right.
and I
forgot
was
about
like,
that.
and I don't even fucking like football. I don't even give a fuck about the
neither.
Super Bowl. But I called in sick on the Monday, and I
Yeah,
barely
yeah.
call in sick. Like, oh, fucking what, big Super Bowl party? I'm like, I didn't even know the Super Bowl was on, and I'm
Uh-huh.
like, oh fuck, sick. I'm gonna be getting a fucking earful on Tuesday.
Yeah, no matter
This is
what.
So bullshit.
Did you?
Oh yeah, of
Come on,
course.
what about your labor relations rep? You didn't bring him in.
We don't have. Well, we do have them, but
LR?
Fuck them.
Are we going to talk about?
Fuck them.
Are we going to talk
Yeah,
about
actually.
recent allegations surfacing against the mezcal guy? You guys heard
Oh,
about
yeah,
this?
I'm down.
Man, I don't know. You guys probably already have preconceived notions or whatever. I don't know how much you know about it.
I know a lot about that guy.
I don't.
I'd met him before. I've known him, but like, well, not know him, but know who he is.
Yeah.
I don't know. I read a decent amount of that, and a 5-page hit report on the fucking In the Hamilton Spec. Give the guy a little bit of a break.
tell you what,
man.
I
Did
don't-
you give those guys break.
Not a break, but like I kept reading it, being like, oh, where does he rape a chick? Like, you know?
Yeah, but well, I mean, like, even if like anything you're doing in that regard, and like you guys like spitting in drinks, like, fuck that guy.
Is that what he did?
You see, there's videos of it.
Oh,
Fuck
yeah?
that guy.
There's
He's
a page
piece of
called
shit.
there's a page called Protect Hamont, and it's got like all the The article has some of the stories, but the page has videos and DMs.
I probably should have
And it's
researched
like-
it more before trying to defend him at all.
I don't-
But I just remember like reading the article, being like, okay, like he made them dress skimpy outfits. Sure, like Hooters made a whole fucking business model out of that. Like that's
did
just
talk
like
about
what
that.
they did, you know?
I heard about it for the first time yesterday.
Okay.
I didn't even know about it.
Yeah.
I also don't even know the guy whatsoever. I have no preconceived notions.
Okay, so
whatsoever.
maybe I'll start. I know Manny a tiny bit because he was involved with the charity that I am on the board for, because he's got a history of like substance abuse problems.
Shocker.
Yeah. I don't know him super well, but I've met him a few times. I've introduced your sister to him when we saw him out at
Did he grab her
Moss years
vagina?
ago. He didn't.
You grab her ass. It's right for the puss.
Plus.
But-
That's what he did apparently.
But I'll say this. When we saw him a couple of years ago, for a guy who's, supposed to be in recovery, quote unquote,
He's
Mhm.
not.
he was lit. He
Yeah.
was-
Yeah.
Like, and I'm not saying
Hey,
he
where's
was
your
like,
upper lip?
he wasn't just drunk. Yeah, he was like chewing.
Yeah.
Oh,
I've
sure.
heard.
Yeah, big time. And that was a bad look. The people he was with at the time, one of them went to my high school. He will remain nameless, but he's another guy who had a big time powder
Not the
problem.
most upstanding citizens.
And the other guy in the story, not Claremont's story, but in the Protect Hammond page, Ealer went to my elementary school. And so I know him pretty well. I know his family situation well-ish.
Mhm.
And all my buddies and I have the same opinion that this
Yeah.
guy was a loose cannon. And if I had to bet, gun to my head one way or another, whether the stories about him are true or not, I know which way I'd be betting.
Oh, I'm sure that they're all true. I'm just saying, like, all I was saying
Claremont
was
is
like,
like a
what I don't know, like,
yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
like I remember I saw it. My mom was like, "Yo, look at the front page of the paper." I looked at it. I'm like reading it. I'm like, "Holy fuck!" The front page. That's like a lot. And then
Yeah.
I go turn the page, another page, another page, turn the page, another page, another page. It was like,
Mhm.
holy fuck, 5 fucking pages for this guy. Like,
yeah,
I would just assume that he would like burn the city down, you know?
he's
But
yeah.
I know, I totally understand where people are coming from. Like, if he did that shit to like any of my friends or like girlfriends, I would want that guy dead. You know?
It's sort of
Yeah.
he's like not notoriously sort of a loose cannon, but like that's not the first time I've heard stuff like that in those articles. I'll say that much. The other thing I think that bothers me though is that, like you mentioned, for the Spectator to put that on the front page, you'd think they would have something more substantive than that. And there's going to be a bunch of people listening to this podcast. I don't know how many female listeners we have, but who are going to say they don't need to be substantive. We should believe accusers. I'm not saying we shouldn't believe them. What I'm saying is to put something on the front page of like a top 10 newspaper in the country. you got-
Really?
Yeah, probably the
Yeah.
Spectator.
Really?
Yeah.
I guess
You
Helms
got-
has
well,
got
like,
like close
think
to a
about
million people.
Population wise, you got to
population-wise.
have more than they had. And it sounds like Claremont is digging a little bit with these Instagram accounts, like the Protect Hammond account. They're basically inviting people to share stories, and there's been some stories that are like validated by DMs and some corroborative comments and whatnot. So
How many are true? How many are not true?
I think-
'Cause people do that for some weird.
I think
reason.
there's some of them probably are not true. They just seem too far out.
so
but,
weird that.
but
people
some
do
of-
that.
but
I know.
some of them-
Like,
but
it's so
s-
fucked.
well, they're like, this guy deserves to be fucking
Yeah.
buried. I'm gonna bury him with this fake
Yeah, I'm just
story.
gonna-
Why not?
but they- all
He is
you're
a piece
doing
of
is-
shit,
yeah,
but like,
it is a
all
weird.
you're doing is ruining the people who actually got fucked over's chances by putting in fake shit.
It is like a it is a womanizing culture, that restaurant culture. I think that's almost a sure thing. Like
for sure. My mom she goes, wow. She's like reading about the drugs. She goes, did you know that like this is so like associated with the restaurant industry? I was like, oh, where the fuck have you been?
I know.
Oh my god!
Like,
man.
that's
Club,
all these fucking people
like,
do, man.
nightlife,
They love
restaurant.
Coke.
It's all
Coke, everything.
it's all
Oh,
that stuff.
yeah.
Oh yeah, big time. I know.
Like it's mainly booze, but it's mainly Coke.
Have you dated?
It's
have you-
mainly booze, but it's
Well,
mainly
like,
Coke.
it's the front is booze.
Oh,
Have
but
you-
it's
have you-
a lot of Coke? Man.
For sure.
have you
Fuck
dated?
yeah.
Have you dated girls who have been like in the restaurant industry?
No,
No.
I've been in the restaurant industry, and I was like, nah.
Yeah,
because I've seen.
Yo,
it,
you've
right?
actually
I've
worked.
seen
Yeah,
it.
yeah, that's
and
true.
it's
That's
like,
true. Yeah.
It's not like, man, honestly, like some of those girls were like, they were fucking great. Like they were sweet people. Like they're super fun. Exactly the type of people that I want to be associated with, like in my personal life, just
Oh,
for,
yeah.
for like fun and stuff like that.
Mm.
But then, like, it's not just like, it's a different life, man. It's so
Yeah.
different. Like honestly, some of the most fun I've ever had in my life was working in a kitchen.
Mhm.
So fucking fun.
Right.
But it's like, you can't do it. You can't keep doing it. Like you see the people that keep fucking doing it.
It's a short wick.
Yeah, and it's not comparable to like stripping and all. It's not the same, but like it's on the same wavelength. Like you see people that like live that. It's like it's not a fucking easy job, man. It's taxing
Yeah.
dealing with people like in that environment,
Oh,
like dealing with the public in that
For
environment,
sure.
like drinking and all that. Like, yeah, I
Right.
get why people in that environment fucking drink, because it's like
Mhm.
you deal with not just the public, the drunk public who are like, you know, very may well be sexually assaulting you and shit like that.
Yeah.
With like, you know, but like whatever you want to call that, like, you know, just a grope or a quick fucking cop in a field or whatever the fuck. they do.
Yeah.
People do it all the fucking time.
Oh, for sure. And,
And
it's,
it's
like,
just like,
do
that's
I
just-
say something or do I like want this guy's tip?
Just water off the camel's back. A lot of these, like,
It
they
is
have
hard.
to
It
deal
is.
with,
It's
right?
a
like,
hard.
holy shit,
yeah, it's a
man. Like,
decision they shouldn't have to make. The
well,
girls
they
in
come
those
in the
situations.
kitchen
yeah.
and they're just like, oh my fucking God. And we're sitting there like, fuck, we don't even know. Like, because I was like 18, 19, a young kid. Like, fuck you don't know what I'm dealing with back
Yeah,
here.
yeah, yeah.
I don't know what they're dealing with out there. And I don't even,
Right.
I'm not even thinking about
well, it's
it.
a different kind of stress.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm just like disregarding what they're dealing with. And I'm like, and I get older and I like, now that I'm not in there and I'm in the restaurant and I'm eating there and I'm a customer, you see it. You're like, holy shit.
Mhm.
Most people here are pieces of shit.
And like you see,
Sure.
how many times have you seen like somebody in the party you're with even like make a like an inappropriate comment or pass at a waitress? Like
And
I
they
would
just sit there grinning.
It
bear
happens a fucking.
Yeah.
It happens a lot.
lot.
It happens a
Yeah.
lot.
And
I'm like, I'm sitting there
It happens
like,
a
It
lot.
literally probably happens every shift.
And
every
that's like-
shift a chick goes
Multiple.
in.
Every shift, I bet you it's like every cycle of tables. Like, let's say you
Maybe.
cycle 5 tables every hour and a half. It probably happens once every cycle. Like
It happens a lot,
somebody
for
at
sure.
one of those fucking tables
Yeah.
is gonna say something like, call you sweetheart and touch your arm or something.
oh
Like,
my God.
I don't know if that's the worst thing in the world, but I shouldn't have
That
to.
would
if
annoy
I,
you.
If I was a fucking waitress, I shouldn't have to put up with that.
Yeah.
Where's the fucking, and like you said, what do I gotta choose now?
Yeah.
Am I gonna make a scene and risk
Uh-huh,
this
yeah,
$20
exactly.
or am I gonna take it and
Yeah, make ends meet.
it's shit? And so for this guy who owns a restaurant, owned 2 restaurants, and like I think the worst part of the story is that his sister was the HR
And she
rep
was like his back.
and
yeah.
like basically
Yeah,
shooting down this.
Yeah.
Oh fuck! Like I don't know how
Paying
true
people
that is,
off.
but the other thing I think I wonder about, and Kenzie and I were talking about this the other day, like are they allowed on that Instagram page to basically like circle the wagons on this guy and his 2 buddies, Eler, Tyler, something, and Manny? The number of comments on some of these posts, it's thousands.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It's thousands of people not writing "good job," nice job, let's get them." It's thousands of people writing stories.
Oh
Just
yeah.
crazy.
Really?
Tons. You gotta see it.
How old is this guy? Because he's
He's
must
about
have
40.
been around
He's
for a
about
long
40.
time.
He's
then.
about 40.
Yeah, okay.
I
You
actually
own
did.
2 restaurants when
He's-
you're young.
He was like I said, he was like an inspiration for a lot of guys in the substance abuse community, especially in this city, because he was the guy.
I got
who-
clean and I sexually assault women now.
Well,
So
he
you
was
can
the-
do that too if you want.
He was the guy who made it. I fucking
Get high off abuse.
I
not
fucking
coke.
I fucking gave a closing address at a dinner
this
like
new
years
Vice.
ago, and fucking gave that guy a big dap because I thought to myself like, this guy's a huge success story. He was there at the dinner.
Yeah,
And-
and that's the thing. Like he did, like I don't know, pave the way, but like he was like in a position of power at that point to be like abusing those chicks.
That's
It's
right.
Like,
That's right.
man, I own it's like a sick restaurant in
Yeah.
Hamilton, James Street, and
2
like
of them.
One
2 of them.
Was it what?
He owns
Uno Mas and
Mezcal. He
yeah.
owns both.
Yeah.
And he owns the place that used to be Tailgate Charlie's. Baroque. Baroque.
Now, that's what he owns?
He owns that. I don't know if it's still there, but he owned it. That's where we were there a couple of years
Or
ago with your
Liquid
cousins.
Kitty.
Liquid Kitty.
Sorry,
yeah.
Liquid Kitty. Yeah,
Yeah, nice. That was a real banger.
Tailgates is still there, I think, right? Or it's something else now.
Tailgates
but-
was just a restaurant, wasn't it? Upstairs, like
It was like a
pub
rest. It was like a
restaurant.
I
pool,
think
it was
Li-
like a pool hall or
Liquid
something.
Kitty's gone though.
Yeah, it's
It's
Baroque.
Baroque.
now.
Baroque.
Yeah.
If
Yeah.
it still is.
So
I
he
remember-
so
I
he
remember
owned
when
that
they changed
place.
That, I'm never
Right.
going there again.
And I thought-
I'm like, this place fucking sucks.
And I thought he
Yeah.
owned. I thought he owned one more spot too, but I don't remember.
I
if
thought he did
or
too. I
not.
thought it was Uno Mas, Mezcal, and then another restaurant. But
maybe.
either way, like obviously, like you have a vested interest of like keeping this guy happy. You know, if you want a job or if you want to like
Imagine that.
move
That
up.
That's
guy,
right.
guy owns
you
all
know?
the cars. He owns all the. Imagine like, oh man, that's the thing. Like what I wanted to say earlier. Like guys, like waiters. They can just. It's so easy. If like it's so few and far between, but it does happen. Sure,
Mhm.
but it's like guys are just like, okay, fuck it. Like,
Yeah. Oh yeah.
There's no real threat, but like a girl, you're like, especially in that position.
Different
too,
story.
It's like you have that weird position where you have to be like, I need to keep my job, and
Yeah.
then you have to kind of be like, I need to placate to the customer,
I
But,
hope
like,
this
this
guy
guy-
doesn't follow me into the parking
Yeah,
lot.
You're playing, like,
there's
diplomacy.
the threat level
Yeah.
too, which is so fucked. Like it's that shit that we don't
For sure.
get.
Like a guy waiter could like be hitting on the customers like to get a bigger tip. You know?
Probably
He'd be, like
does.
touching
Probably
them and
does.
shit.
Get a
like-
bigger tip and to fucking lay the tip if he wants. Like,
Yeah,
he
yeah,
can do
yeah,
that
yeah, yeah.
shit.
Or
like,
try. Yeah.
you know, like
Yeah.
it's such a weird dynamic that like you
Some-
never get.
Some of these stories are like they're. Again, I'm not the biggest guy in terms of like let's pin a dude down with allegations, but some of the stories are just they're all too close to each other.
I'm
It's
sure
the
they're
same.
true.
It's the same like order of operations for all these stories. Like pinned her in a bathroom and pulled out the coke necklace that I had, and like
Oh yeah.
it's over and over and over again the same thing. Like it's
True.
almost for sure. And the other thing too is that his lawyers, or one of the three's lawyers, wrote the owners of the Instagram page and said that like we deny
cease and desist.
no,
No.
just that we deny all allegations. But they
Oh,
didn't.
yeah.
They didn't tell him to take everything down. Didn't
Huh.
tell him didn't sue him for defamation or anything.
Yeah.
I'm not a lawyer, but if I had to guess, that's more of an indictment of the accused than it is of the accuser.
Yeah, for sure.
I think anyway. I don't know. It's an interesting story. I don't hang out in the bar scene anymore, but
No one does. There is
Yeah.
no bar scene right now.
at the moment we're about a year from it, probably 6 months from it on the back end, hopefully.
Mhm.
But we'll see, man. Like I've only
so
really.
what do you think happens to this guy then?
I think he fades to obscurity.
Yeah, but do you think like he's still gonna own Mezcal and Uno Mas?
He's not gonna sell them.
That's what I mean. Like, are people just gonna stop going there?
Forge and Foster. This is like a bit of a deep cut, but Forge and Foster is like a capital.
It's the real estate.
They're real estate, but they're like buying up Hamilton brands and basically like
Because I know that they are renting. You know where Shed is?
yes.
Across the street from Shed is like all those offices. And
Yeah, yeah,
shit.
yeah.
That's Ford and Foster.
So Forge and Foster also bought places like Bonanza, Shakespeare's.
Oh,
yeah. Not
they're doing a
not
pretty bad
Shakespeare's.
job. Let me say.
They're-
Across
they're
from Shed,
They're bad everywhere.
they're doing a fucking shitty
they
job.
they are notoriously bad everywhere. And you know who got involved with them about 3 years ago?
Manny.
They own Baroque with him, and I think they own his sister's place with him too. His
Oh,
sister
yeah.
opened
Good
a
look.
dessert shop.
It's like they
These-
made all these renderings, and it's like this is coming fucking work here. It's gonna look all sick, and I was
Yeah.
like psyched on it because there was like coffee spot, bar, other like a restaurant in
Yeah.
that place across from Shed.
The actual heritage building, eh?
Yeah,
That,
but like,
yeah,
and there's
yeah.
like a huge courtyard, like where there used to be like a lumber place,
right.
and it's like it looked so sick in the renderings. There was like a fucking scaffold and a whole bunch of shit, and like it just has not come to
those,
fruition at all.
those guys
And
extract.
now they're renting out the office space. It's like $700 if you want an office for a month.
Shit,
It's like
it's shit.
fucking so shit.
Those
Yeah.
guys extract value in places where they shouldn't be doing it. Like Bonanza is the one I'm most familiar with because I used to go there to get sandwiches once in a while when I was working
Oh,
at
I've
my
been there.
office. Yeah, those sandwiches used to be $3, $4.
Yeah.
Bread was made fresh every day, tons of ingredients. It was like a nice old Portuguese woman making it for
Yeah.
you, taking care. Like that's a trade in and of itself.
I remember-
baking,
Yeah.
cutting the bread,
Fuck yeah, it is.
and now it's $8. You can get it on Uber Eats, and there's half the ingredients to bread is day old.
Really, eh?
And
That's
they
jokes. I
bought-
remember when that building went up for sale. I was like, I
And they-
sent it to my
and
girlfriend, being like,
they
yo, like the
bought
place
it.
you just at
They bought
for
it.
sale. I think it was like 2.5, maybe 3.
They bought the business to go with it.
Well, it came with it. Yeah,
Yeah.
They were just like, we don't want to operate anymore.
So-
Because they own the building also. I think there
So-
was like 2 residential units in that commercial.
They extract value from all these places, and the people who end up losing are the people who probably work there and the people who shop there.
I think that they're gonna lose too at some point. Like especially the way
When?
they're handling this.
if
shit,
the real
though,
estate
like-
if the real estate keeps going up, they'll just keep cashing in and
But they-
riding wave
but-
after wave.
What I like the only example I keep going back to is that place across from Shed. There's like 15 empty offices there that have been listed for like at least a year and a half.
Really,
So they're just like milking it, you know?
It's also a shit office building.
Yeah.
It's a fucking. It's a shit building.
It's shitty
old and
inside,
dated. It's
but, like,
trash.
I would if they
it's
had, like,
trendy though. It's
Yeah.
like they should be able to do something.
If
with
you
it.
fucking trendy in an office building, that doesn't
I'm
matter.
just,
It doesn't
I'm
matter.
not saying that's the party line probably.
But the inside is fucking trash. That's the point. Like
It's a shit building.
if it was cool, like I don't know, the building, like yeah, I guess. But if the building looked good inside, like if it looked like this inside,
they have a rustic outside look. It
Yeah.
would be cool.
I would be like, and I had enough money, like let's say like the fucking 2 whites and a blue.
Yeah.
we were looking to get some office space,
yeah.
and it was like $1,000 a month, and it was like that. I would fucking that's a sick location. I would be super down for that
You
shit.
do all your interviews there, have your media there, whatever.
Yeah,
all
just
that
go
shit,
across
all
the
that
street
shit
for
that we
fucking
do
lunch
here
beers.
and all
Yeah.
that shit. That
Have
we
our
do.
fucking podcast room there.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'd be sick. That'd
This-
be not
all those
bad.
I don't-
meetings that we have for this podcast.
I don't know what that
Four
I don't know
texts in
what
a
that
group
group
chat.
that group of people. I don't know what they do or don't do, but
Uh-huh.
I can see that everything they touch turns to coal like immediately.
Shit,
Yeah,
actually,
yeah.
better.
And so like I don't know if that's related to Manny's like fall from grace, but
Well, this definitely isn't.
Doesn't
My
help.
example
It
for
doesn't
sure
help.
wasn't definitely not going to help.
no, it
but-
doesn't help. I just wonder how if it accelerated it or if
You know what
there's
they
like
also
a
own
role
is
to play.
Greensville store up there.
Do they?
What, George's?
Yeah,
That's gone now.
that's what I mean. They're trying to renovate it. And
What
shit.
a fucking
And all there
what
is
a fucking surprise!
all there is
fucking-
renderings and shit. And it's like, man, they're trying to rent out like the space. There's a gravel floor, and they're like, oh, it could be a sick office. It's like, we'll make it a sick office, and
Yeah,
then
but
rent it
fuck
for fucking
yeah.
$1,500.
Like the guy who I went, the JB Auto.
Okay,
He's moving.
Yeah, yeah,
there.
yeah.
I'm pretty sure he was like apprehensive to fuck because they were trying to buy his lot too, right? And he was like, "I'm not fucking do." So they fucking bulldozed that whole little
Yeah.
plaza, I guess if you want to call it.
Oh, it's
that.
bulldozed now.
Oh,
eh?
it's gone. It's a
Oh,
it's
yeah?
a fucking just a gravel field.
Oh,
And
fuck.
then he's moving up the street now, so I guess he did.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
there must have been he definitely did some negotiating because like he's moving up the road.
Right.
He's not moving far, but he was just like. Pfft. But
Yeah, those fucking guys own that shit.
because like he
And
was
again
at a-
renderings. They're trying to sell a dream, and it's like I go up there and it's like, you guys haven't done fucking shit in like
It's
over a
dust.
year. Like,
That's what I don't get. but
What was
that's
that
like-
music festival that guy wanted to have that turned out to be a dud? Fire Festival? It's like Fire Fest.
Oh, that's
Forge and Foster's just Fire Fest over and over again.
Well, I don't understand them. But the thing is, you're basically trying to take advantage of people's stupidity. You want this? This could be yours. We just own the land. Like if you just owned a plot of land, what would you do with it?
Rent $1,500 a month office space.
But you don't have a building. What?
Just draw it up,
Oh yeah, and then
render it.
and you can rent this dream for $1,500.
It's so dumb. That's what they're doing. That's what they're doing.
like,
and
but-
how
but
many
you-
places? How many other places are doing that? Everyone's doing.
But how
that.
much success have they had? They've tried to do it with buildings that exist and they're failing.
They
How
must.
are they alive?
That's a good question. They must be doing something right. I don't know what it
Maybe they're
is.
selling drugs.
And they're. Fuck,
you know?
maybe.
Like fuck.
I don't
if
know.
they're dealing with these kinds of people.
All I
like,
know is that they're taking businesses that were successful Hamilton brands, like Bonanza.
Yeah, but small
like,
businesses.
Bonanza's, small by some standards, but I would guess they're netting more than $1 million a year between the
think
bakery
so?
for sure.
Yeah,
Yeah, so there's
that's a lot of money.
Bonanza.
Bonanza.
I bet Bonanza's netting $1 million a year between the bakery and everything else.
maybe I don't know. I've been there once and it was fucking. It's busy, but it was lunch hour. I don't know.
Yeah,
but
that's-
there was like
still.
fucking.
Yeah, lines around the
regardless,
corner.
regardless
Yeah.
if it's busy at all, like if it's busy once a day, that's good business. I
enough.
would think.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
you're
There's a
busy once
fresh food
day.
by
That's
my
a good
work,
point,
and that's
yeah.
like they're only open like. I think they're open 11 till 6, and they
Yeah.
just fuck with the lunch rush. It's like, oh, we have tons of factories around us. They just fuck with the lunch rush. You go there at noon, you're waiting like 20 minutes
Yeah.
or anything, and then but you go there at like 1:30, you're in and out.
And Mezcal was one of the hottest places in the city for a
Fuck
few
yeah,
years.
everybody
Fuck yeah,
wanted
it
to go
is.
there. You sell tacos to
Uno
a bunch
Mas
of white
too.
chicks.
Yeah.
They're gonna buy, like, of course.
Oh,
it's
you have a fucking
perfect.
$17 cocktail. Oh, there's smoke that goes into it.
Oh,
Cool,
we'll
I'll
take
pay for it.
4 of them.
Yeah,
We got
Okay,
the
and then
mule
taco.
during.
You just throw tacos in there. White
yeah.
chicks go crazy.
That's right.
it is
That's what
right.
Hamilton's
delicious.
Fuck yeah, I like
And
mezcal.
how hard is it to make it that? To
Wait till you
taste
see.
good?
Wait till you see this video of him like taking a sip out of somebody's drink, swishing in his mouth, spitting it back in, then just spitting a full fucking loogie in there,
That's
licking the
fucking disgusting.
licking the rim of the glass.
See, fuck, like, and it's like,
Bad.
Oh, to like somebody's serving to?
Yeah.
Oh,
like
what
we
the fuck?
I
Really?
remember one time at the
It's
Collins.
ugly.
And this
Ah.
isn't even bad. This isn't even bad. One time at the Collins, a person who's worked there, his ex came in, and to the extent of it, the only thing that happened was we joked about spitting in their food. That was
Yeah.
it.
Right.
You never fucking do that. You
No.
never fucking.
There's got to
do
be some
that.
kind of
Sin of food
fucking like
service.
you
There's
draw the line in the
you
sand. right?
never fucking do that. That's
Yeah.
fucking
It's
ridiculous.
bad. He's calling it in a game in the video. He's like, "You never played this game before?" And he's like,
Oh,
spitting.
what the fuck?
It's like,
why
what
was he like showing off to a camera?
He's
what the
looking
how
at-
stupid
he's
is
looking
this
in the
fucking
camera.
guy?
no shit.
There's other camera clips of him like yelling at some chicks. He smacks the phone out of some girl's hand. There's a clip of the three accused gentlemen there at Baroque in like some kind of verbal altercation with what people commenting on the video claim are escorts.
Oh yeah.
Refusing to pay when they're getting ready to leave and they won't pay the girls.
Mm.
Handful of other things, I guess, but like
But yeah, he's a super shitty guy. But like, are you gonna charge him with anything?
Don't
Like,
know. I don't know what the limits of the law are in that kind of situation. I don't know what
Gotta
his
be
lawyers will tell him. Like, will the lawyers
Yeah.
say like you got to sell the business and just lay low for a bit or move somewhere? I don't
Why
know.
I think that like it would survive is because you can only fit fucking 11 people in your restaurant anyways.
Right.
You don't need it.
Pre
You
or
don't.
post pandemic, like
You know exactly. You
Tight.
can.
post and during. Like,
You don't need it to be filled with 40 fucking people every night, which is like, yeah, I'm sure you couldn't do that now, but
Yeah.
like, there's
Yeah,
people
you
that
just-
don't read the paper and shit, and who don't even care. Like, oh, this tastes good, cool. I'm gonna
Yeah, like,
fucking go there.
how old
11
is this,
people.
How
man.
old is this news?
It's a week maybe.
Okay, well, I found out yesterday, and I wouldn't have
It's
even
new.
known
It's
if
new-ish.
Kenzie didn't come over for dinner yesterday.
That
I wouldn't even know.
The Susan Claremont story I think ran 2 weeks ago now, and I'm pretty sure it names names. I don't remember now. It's kind of all blending together, but
Right on.
they got
Love
they got the
naming
I know,
article.
same.
Claremont.
There's names. I'm like, oh, this is for real.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Claremont
fuck yeah.
is
Names.
Susan Claremont is, in my opinion, not much of a journalist. Personally, I don't think that's her fault. I think that she works for a paper that's not much of a
'Cause she's a
journalistic.
woman.
No, I think she's. It has nothing to do with her sex. I just think that the Spectator.
Sure.
I think the Spectator sucks as a paper, and the Spectator, as a result of that, gets not so great journalists to work for them.
Well, yeah.
So I don't know what the quality of
I mean, like, yeah, they're not winning a Pulitzer.
No, I know. I don't know what the quality of the journalism is, but I see this. The Instagram page is more convincing to me than the story
So
itself.
what is the
Yeah.
spec then in the realm of newspapers? It's just like a high populated area that people are just interested in what's going
It's a
on.
big
kind of
city
thing?
There's enough
newspaper.
people that are buying it still because there's
Yeah.
enough
They,
enough
of
they
that
forgot
age
to
of pol-
unsubscribe.
Yeah,
What do they sell? Like 80 cents a pop? Like a newspaper is a good idea.
man, some people got so goddamn rich off the newspaper like
A
business.
newspaper.
Yeah,
That's a good idea. And you sell them cheap, so it's like you're gonna sell abundances of shit.
fuck yeah. And if you became the only paper in town, like, okay, go ahead, try to start up another paper. I own the spec. We gonna do it with the Hamilton fucking publication, like
Hamilton Mike.
cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mike's Spectator.
Mike's
You-
paper.
It better be.
You want to hear
fucking
my
good.
perspectives on everything?
You just write every single column.
It's just me. I'm working overtime again.
That's not even the biggest
Working
value
18
prop.
hours a day making my paper.
The biggest value prop the paper, like the newspaper companies have, is not even the paper itself, or like that they can sell at
Maybe
high
I will
margins.
make a newspaper.
Do you know what the biggest value prop is? Like the fucking narrative
obits?
around papers? No. That having a paper route and making 10 cents for every paper delivered is somehow like this incredible character building experience for
Yeah.
children.
Yeah.
That's
Beautiful.
the fucking scam.
Beautiful.
Like, oh man, I had a paper route when I was a kid. It's
So
like
you have
this-
slaves. Is what
it's
you
like
have.
it's
You
like
have
a
chi-
po-
you have
it's like a
child
point
laborers,
it's like a
dude.
point
Yeah.
of pride. You got kids riding their bikes with like lugging a
Yeah,
wagon
the
of
way
paper
they,
at
the way,
5
just the way they
a.m.
spun it. The way they spun it. They're like,
Yeah.
oh yeah, child labor.
It's
What-
incredible.
what?
It's incredible.
Parents are like, yeah, get my kid to work.
It's not
like,
child labor. It's piecework.
Yeah, it's like, what the fuck?
Wait a
Hey,
minute.
the
Yeah,
faster he
exactly.
works, the more he makes. It's
That's
like,
what Warren Buffett
how much
did.
did you do?
Fuck.
I worked for fucking 8 hours today. I made $3. It's like, what? $3. It's like,
What, babe? What?
How's that possible?
Well,
they're
working
not fucking-
8
they're-
hours?
with 70 cents a paper. You think they're getting 70 cents a pop? No, they're getting like fucking a quarter of a cent.
I think
fuck
it
no.
costs. I think
They're getting a percentage of. They're getting a 0.025% of the fucking total sale.
the Sears catalogs were like.
I see fucking grown men doing it now.
That's who does it now.
Yeah.
Because they can do it way more
in
efficiently
cars.
in cars.
There's
Boom, boom,
there's
and they're
literally
fucking whack.
There's a
You
guy
whip
who
it on-
there's a guy who fucking hammers newspapers out of the side of his van here. On
Oh, fuck
Thursday
yeah.
Mornings. He just
There's
fucking
like
throws
usually
them.
it's like usually a duo. One drives, one just fucking fires papers out.
He's got the
Remember when our
Windstar.
buddy had the fucking paper route?
Oh fuck! I've seen him lately. What are you doing?
Oh yeah. Oh
Seen
no,
him.
not that
Oh, not
buddy.
that
Not
guy.
that fucking buddy.
Oh.
I've seen that guy recently too. No, a guy like
Different
I used to go
buddy.
to
He,
school
he
with.
changed his fucking paper card out for a dog.
Yeah,
He
fuck
just
yeah.
walks the dog
He
a
gets
lot now.
trusted to walk a dog. Yeah, but no, a buddy we used to know had a paper route. It was like. It
Oh
was like
fuck! Yeah.
pissing in the paper bag,
Man.
then whipping it at the house,
Dude,
or just like,
dude.
or we would just go out and be like, all right, man.
What?
He's like, all right, man,
Oh.
you got to take a handful. You got to take a handful. We'll just throw them in the dumpster.
Dude, I remember.
Fuck him.
Dude, I
He just
remember-
didn't deliver them.
This was a friend of ours. It was fucking. In
What
like,
do you mean? People are
this
gonna
was
be
in-
like, "Hey, where's my paper?"
He didn't know. He was just like, whatever. Let's just get this over with quick. He delivered.
all the
We'll
papers
do
are gone,
half.
so I get the
He's
money.
like, Will, we need to deliver half. You got to help me with this route so we can chill after school. We go to his house, pick up the papers. I'll deliver half. He delivers half, and then we'll just like go and throw a bunch more in the dumpster just so
Dude,
it's done
I
quicker.
remember one time we were chilling on his porch. Dude, one time we
There's not like what's gonna happen in a week.
No, dude. One time
You
we
can't
were
just hammer a
Yo,
million papers
we're-
into a fucking dump. Because then, not only the people who didn't get their papers, what about the guy who empties the dumps? He'd be like, wow, there's a lot of
There
papers
was
in here.
so many times.
Man, there was one time we were just chilling on this kid's porch, and I had no idea that this was a thing. Like we were just hanging on his porch, drinking beers and smoking weed. It was like at like 6 p.m. He's just like, he looks around. He's like, yeah, it's almost dark. I'm like, okay. He's just like, I'm like, what does that mean? He's like, oh, we gotta do my paper route. And there was like
We
six,
had to,
six of
there
us.
was six. Yeah, there'd be so many people.
We just get on our skateboards and we just go firing newspapers,
was
and it was
your-
fun as shit. It
What
was
was your
super
reward?
fun.
Did he pay you for
Nothing. It was just something to do. We didn't care. It didn't. It was like we were gonna be doing shit like that anyway, and it was just
Yeah.
like we just made. Like I don't know. I wouldn't necessarily call him a poor kid. I don't know what the fuck this kid was. To be fair, I
Yeah.
have no idea what the fuck this kid was. But I was like, okay, I don't give a shit. Like I would like they were like smoking me up and shit anyway. I'm like, all right, I'm just fucking around. I'll go skateboard and throw papers at houses. I don't give a shit.
What a childhood you had.
It was
Grabbing
hilarious. I
ass at
forgot about
parties,
that.
I remember
What?
the
Yeah,
dancing with grade 8s and grade 6.
I remember the
hammering
lazier
papers,
days. The
smoking
lazier
hot,
days
pulling up
before you were like even going to the dumpster. He was just firing him under his bed. You just get like
under his bed.
we don't even go out some days. You just fire him under his bed and just leave
I
him
fucking
there.
completely
Like,
forgot.
who is he
about
hiding them from? His parents?
Yeah, and his
His-
mom found it. It was fucking livid.
it. Yeah,
But it's
That
like
was- yeah.
your mom's gonna find out, or your employer's gonna find out.
He's
in
an
a week
entrepreneur.
because you didn't deliver any
I
papers this
forgot
week.
about that shit. That was so jokes. Like we're gonna go do so and so's paper route. I was
Yeah,
like, "Fuck, I never done a paper route before. I'm down. I've
Didn't
never
any
done
of
it
you
with
guys-
a buzz either.
didn't-
This is jokes.
Didn't
Like,
any
this-
of you guys
yeah.
ever think like maybe I'll just get my own paper route instead?
No,
fuck no. I was like, I
didn't
see this
wanna
how
do
this
it.
kid did this. I was like,
No, we were just like fucking sitting there. I'm like, we used to when we were young, we just go around doing that shit. We just be throwing eggs at houses and
Uh-huh.
shit. So now just I could just literally get the same, almost the same satisfaction because you're
Yeah.
just whipping them at houses, but there's
Oh,
no repercussion.
yeah.
If anything, you're doing them a favor. I'm like, go, go, go. And we just treat it like that. Run away, run away. But it
and it
didn't
was
matter.
like the most traceable crime because I remember our one buddy was like throwing it at their cars, throwing it at the windows and shit. Just like it's not my name. I don't know. It's not my
you
fucking
you
paper
want to
route.
get your buddies to go. You like it's almost like he forced us to do his paper.
Yeah.
We didn't like. It wasn't forced, but it was. He's like, yeah, we got to do my paper route. You guys want to chill here? We got to do my fucking paper route. It was like, what the fuck did you just say?
Yeah.
I have to go on a paper route right now for hanging out with you? All right, let's go do it then, I guess.
I had a
He's like,
paper
it'll take an
route.
hour. Okay.
I had a paper route when I was a kid, and if I ever wanted help, all I did was offer them fudgicles.
Oh
So,
yeah, you were probably younger though. This was he was in grade 8 at the time.
Yeah, I was in like grade.
He was doing it
6, I
into
think.
high school because I was hanging out with him.
I did
it
mine.
in high school.
I
Really?
did mine up until.
I did it in high school.
I
I
did
didn't
mine
even
up
know
until
this
grade
kid until I
11.
was in high school.
Oh,
I'm assuming we're
we
talking
don't-
about the same kid.
I didn't-
Why would
I
you
think
get?
so.
Why would you get rid of a paper
Huh?
route?
Oh no.
Oh no,
No.
Okay, we're talking about different people.
Yeah, no. Mine was in grade 8.
Okay, we're talking about different people.
Why
Yeah,
would you?
yeah.
You should never. I didn't get rid of my paper route till I got like a job at Zellers. I just kept them. I kept on getting more routes. If there
That's
was like
exactly
another
what
route
Warren
that came
Buffett did.
up, yeah, like because you're already like you're crushing.
Yeah.
Can you imagine the difference in the time it takes you to lug around 80 flyers from when you're 11 to when you're 16?
Oh,
When you're
yeah.
16, you're just
Yeah.
when you're 16, you're just running the whole time. You just
Oh,
do
yeah,
nothing
yeah,
but
yeah.
jogging. Just fucking leave it out, like
True.
when you're doing the courts.
Yeah,
Just
yeah,
leave it
yeah,
on
yeah,
the horseshoe. Fucking grab 5.
Yeah,
See ya.
yeah.
I'm
Nice.
out of here.
Did you have a little wagon?
Yeah, I had a little thing. My dad even helped me. He put like a big
Turning signals on it?
big dolly on the bottom, like an industrial dolly
Yeah,
with like
yeah,
with
yeah.
like blow up tires instead of my shitty like,
Yeah.
instead of like my shitty grandma grocery cart.
Yeah.
Fuck
yeah.
yeah.
Oh yeah, true. I forgot about those. That's
Oh yeah,
jokes.
and I had it tied on with bungee cords.
Right.
Yeah, it's fucking awesome.
Do you remember what you made?
Depending on the thickness of the density of the catalog. the little guys were like 15, 20 cents per, but the wish
That's
books,
pretty good.
but the
that
wish-
is horrible.
wow,
Hey,
it's,
that's a lot of head.
more than you'd be getting on your hinge dates. The wish books were like $1.10 per. So you do like 600
That's
wish.
a lot.
You do like 600 wish books.
In a day?
No. Over the course of like 2 weeks.
That was that Christmas time
Yeah,
shit?
yeah. So you do that
okay.
once a year. Yeah,
Right.
A heavy load.
that's right.
Mhm.
You make
lot more labor.
make a pretty
forgot
nice
about
buck.
that.
Make a pretty nice buck. You make 1/10 of that the rest of the time. But
Right.
when you're 16,
And then you go and collect. You go door to door and collect your tips.
we didn't do that.
Really?
No.
Well, my sister had one. She would go door to door because she did the morning paper,
Uh,
and you would go and be like, "Hi, like,
I'm your paper person.
And your paper version, yeah, it's exactly what it is.
Wow.
Yeah.
Like the Gross
really?
sisters, the one chick who just hands out
yeah.
money, please.
Uh-huh.
I deliver your paper, so
Like, oh, cool. We
Really?
never see you ever. You know,
can
yeah,
you at
but they're
least
like,
tip me?
she was like, I don't fucking know, 10.
we never
maybe?
did that.
And you're fucking who? Which one was it?
My
The older
brother
one or
and
the
I.
younger one?
The older one.
I was gonna, well, they were both fucking cute as a button. There's no way
Yeah.
that they couldn't fucking like
Difference, yeah.
Oh,
like
I know.
couldn't as a guy be like a disheveled young boy. Hey,
Man,
like, get the fuck
us
outta
at
here,
10,
kid.
we were not good looking 10-year-olds.
I know I wasn't. I'm not even a good looking 28-year-old. Fuck sakes, man.
You have your moments.
I'm 28 and not cute though.
Yeah, but-
I was never cute.
You should put that on your Tinder page. 28, not cute though.
Yeah.
Still waiting for my peak.
Yeah, it's coming though. I age like fine wine.
What do you think your peak was?
It's coming, man.
Yeah, me too.
I'm hitting it now. I think.
Yeah,
Maybe.
me too.
I don't know. We'll see. If I can stay in shape,
Yeah.
it's coming.
Big if.
Because then-
gotta take
because
care of
then-
that.
so
Because,
quite a big
because,
asterisk
because,
on that.
because financial stability's coming. So it's like, oh,
Oh,
And that,
okay.
man,
I'm gonna
honestly-
peak when I'm like 65.
oh yeah, buddy. Fuck
that
yeah,
round
man.
that rounds out the chart though. Like 35 is the fucking peak.
For guys,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's
Guys
the
have a
peak.
lot.
With
like,
who
a lot-
though? A divorcee?
No, like 35.
Because what other
Who
chicks are?
okay, wait a minute. Because listen,
35 is
most
the peak.
people get divorced. Half of the people get divorced.
Is that actually true?
I would have.
I don't think that's actually
How does
true.
anyone know?
Yeah,
The stats say that, and then what?
50%, and it's always just 50 on the
I,
nose.
I've been looking at government stats a long time, and the more I look at stats like the COVID stats, and I think to myself,
You're
like-
big.
No, but I think to myself, like, why am I looking at this? These
The
guys
more
are
I look at it, the more I realize World War II was a hoax.
no, but these guys. I always think my buddies are like, they're like, why do you bother looking at those things? I'm like, I don't know. I want to know what's going
I
on.
think Bush
and
did do 9/11.
No, but they always say the same thing. They're like,
Fucking
these guys gave you
brutal.
these guys gave you the fucking food pyramid. Grains, 20 servings of grains a day,
Yeah.
4 ounces of meat a week. You're gonna look at their stats. Don't
18
worry about what
glasses
they
of milk.
think. Just make it
No,
up.
I don't
Make
give.
it
I'm
up,
just
set
saying.
her
I'm
off.
just saying. Like what we were talking about last week, but like your quality time, fucking shit, whatever we were talking about, with like the perfect relationship.
Yeah,
This
yeah.
I know
is
for a fact-
Jeopardy.
I know
Yeah.
for a fact that I am not going down that road, and I am okay with it. I can't. I'm like,
How the fuck do you know?
I'm not there now.
Obviously, you're by yourself right now.
Yeah, that's right. And
Yeah, you're not going down that road because you're gonna be sitting there eating a bologna
No.
sandwich for dinner every night.
Why do you think that?
That's
Why do you
how I
think
know.
that? What the fuck? What happens? You just become desperate and lonely. You just eat shit like
Yeah.
bologna on white bread with a line of mustard. Oh, that's the thing, you know. Like this is just how.
It's
I-
how you save money.
very simple. Very
Water
simple.
down the mustard. Just
What do you
pour
call it
water
bologna
in
for? It's
there.
bologna. You fucking,
This
this
is
is how I
sorry.
do it, man. I just go to a butcher. This is what I do, man. My life is this. You know, and the thing is,
What?
you do
What?
it?
What
Why-
animal
what's
do you
that
butcher that?
What's that
from?
voice? What was that voice you just did there? That's what I do. Man.
It's
That's
kind
what
of
I
jokes
do.
too because I like enjoy getting my hair cut. So it's like gonna become a part of the thing. Once I get more money, I'll just get more frequent haircuts. it's gonna be pathetic. But fuck it. Fuck it. I'll have a well manicured lawn. I'll have 2 Sea-Doos. I'll have a trailer, a truck.
Fuck yeah.
I'll have whatever the fuck I want. I don't know. I'm basically just preparing for the worst. Is what I'm doing.
This guy just spiraled out.
Yeah.
Trying to we gotta reel him back in.
Just preparing for the
Get
worst.
him back.
All I'm saying is this: I would rather be in a position like where I can just do whatever I want than in a shit marriage.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
I wasn't saying I was
No,
gonna be in a
but
shitty marriage.
No, but I mean, like, no, but like, what I'm really trying to get at is, I think people like rush into it and then they end up in those fucking. They're like, oh shit.
yeah.
I'm
saying,
in the-
but I like fucking watch Jeopardy with my family now.
No, I know that was just a fucking example.
Are you watching New Jeopardy with Ken?
Ken wasn't on it.
Who's on it now?
The executive producer had to do it yesterday because
Why?
they couldn't get a guy.
Does
because
Ken have COVID? What's happening?
no,
Is he all right?
E
they're alternating guys, and
The
like,
EP did it.
I know
Yeah.
Alex Trebek.
Was he
set
good?
Such a high.
He was
fucking
good.
bar.
Yeah?
Alex
Yeah,
Trebek
fuck
set
yeah.
such a
Trebek's
high
a
bar, man.
murderer. That guy.
oh
He
fuck,
was
you
like,
gotta wait
no,
till
dude.
Ken Jennings is like 85, then he can
Yeah,
do it.
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
the
yeah.
thing, right? It's like what they tried to do, like replacing Don Cherry with just fucking Ron
7 other
DeBlanc.
people.
Yeah, but it's like it's no one's gonna respect it until you have at least like 15 years in the game.
Do you-
Then it's
Fuck
like,
yeah.
all right.
Do you guys watch enough hockey? Do you know Al Straken?
No.
Al
What is he, a
Strachan?
color guy for fucking St. Louis?
He did Satellite Hot Stove.
Oh, when?
I guess like
Fucking
as
root beer
recently
float, for fuck's sakes. I can't
That's-
even have a sip of this
something
shit.
wrong with that beer.
I don't like. I popped it. And there was no. It was just like
It's dark.
I just grabbed one of these. I like this one, but like I haven't even had a sip of this.
I don't
one.
think
It
you're
just
gonna like that one.
looks like a
Let me
coffee.
put that in your head.
No, I just took it. was at the beer store. It is-
Collingwood, Whites Bay.
Like the thing is with the beer store, you get one section of what the liquor store has to
I know.
offer.
Go
That's
to
why I don't
Fortino's
like
to get your
that.
beer.
That's where
Fortino's
I
has
got
better beer.
That's
I
where I
never
got
even tried.
this.
Yeah, Fortino's is
Coors
better.
Light.
Fortino's
Holy
is
fuck,
better
that's
beer.
is that new?
From
Fortino's. I didn't
You
think
like
that's
this?
fucking- Holy shit!
It's because I had to go to Fortino's on my way here. That's what I spent my money on this week.
We haven't
And-
talked about that at all, actually, spending for this week. So
And
haven't
I
done that in a
bought
couple
what I
weeks,
bought
and
this
I'm
week
okay with
actually was a fucking. I just went to Canadian Tire on my way here, and I
Yeah.
bought a sled,
cool.
a toboggan.
Yeah. GT?
No. Like a
Pussy.
3-person, like just like a plastic toboggan. And I
Oh.
was like on my way up there, just like at this. Is this about the size? No, it's probably like this big.
About the size. Okay. That's
And
a
it was-
3-person sled?
Well, that's what they said online. I don't know.
Hmm.
And I was like, it was purple, and I'm getting up to the fucking cash register, and all of a sudden I'm like, what are they gonna think? What are they
What?
gonna
No,
think?
what about fuck that? What was the motivation for this?
Curious about
Exactly.
this
I'm
as
saying,
well.
what do you think that they thought?
Did you hear what he slipped in there? He's like, that's
It
what it said online. So he shopped for it first.
I did.
And then went to pick it up.
Wait, I
I did.
missed that.
Well, I went to the Ancaster Canadian Tire, hence why I was 10 minutes late.
Oh, you've been fucking doing Canadian Tire sled arbitrage?
Fuck yeah.
Why?
Yeah. Well, exactly. So what do you think? To me, there's 2 reasons why I would buy a sled.
Well,
you
one
wanna
would
get-
be you want to go toboggan.
You want to get drunk and go tobogganing.
Okay.
We can
Is that what you thought? And if that would that be your initial thought when I come up to your cash register with nothing else
Yeah.
but a
Drunk and go
person
drunk
Do you
Drunk.
think that they're thinking they're just sitting there like, yeah, dude, okay, $29.99.
No, I think that there's 2 options.
The other option would be you want to transport something in the snow and use the sled to do
Really?
it.
Okay, that
You guys have
because
any huskies?
That
because
seems,
first of all, that is what it's for.
that would be my
Oh,
next
for the
guess.
island?
That I'm going up north tomorrow morning.
That'd be my next
Ah.
guess. Yeah.
That is, okay, that's jokes you say that because I'm walking up there and she didn't give me a weird look or anything. So I'm like in my head, I'm like, that's weird. I would have assumed a weird look from you.
Do you want her to give you a weird look?
No, but then I'm like,
You feel unfulfilled without the look?
the two options that I thought were this guy's going beer bogganing tonight and he
Yeah.
needed a sled, or this guy has a son at home.
2 sons.
The 3.
3 sons.
I thought it was 3-person sled.
But, like,
so you and the boys.
I asked you but you guys know me, so you know I don't have a kid. But like, am I at that age now where I look like I could just be walking
Yes.
in with
Yes.
and getting this for my
you
son?
think
Yeah.
you think you look that age?
I was wearing that coat.
I know,
Yeah.
but I don't know. I also like maybe that's just like the way I selfishly
People-
think. I think that we're like eternally young.
So do I. But then that's
But
what
we're
came into my
not.
head.
No, we're
though.
not.
We're not.
I was
We're
like,
not.
is
but
this
we
a
do
turning
all
point?
look pretty
Like,
young.
I was like, yeah, maybe that's why she didn't say anything because like this kid's just a dad buying it for his son.
That would have been. That's probably her first guess.
But
I
you,
don't think
I'm
so.
surprised
I
that you
don't-
actually got it.
well, because just makes sense. Like 3 people on a sled. No
I thought
one.
fucking
No one
Hope
sleds
was
with.
like, "We'll go buy a toboggan," and you're like, "Okay." You just went and bought
Yeah.
a toboggan. That's what I was thinking in my head.
Why are you going up north tomorrow? That's gonna be a nightmare.
No, it's gonna be fucking fantastic.
To Makwabi?
Fuck yeah.
It's
Yeah?
gonna be fucking cold. That's all. Were
No,
you going
it's
up for
not
a
gonna be
day?
cold. Yeah, going up for a day. Going up for the night.
Fuck, that's a fucking.
It's only gonna be -2 at night.
What's the point though? Like, what do you're gonna get there? It's gonna be.
We're gonna
what,
get there
noon?
snow or no,
Get there-
yeah, I'm gonna get there hopefully around 11,
Yeah.
and then gonna cross country ski across the lake.
Hmm.
Just go to the island, go inside, start a fire, have a fire, maybe have a fire outside, have
Yeah.
some beers,
Yeah.
fucking, I don't know, just fucking chill.
Well, you
man.
got the fucking place. You might as well use it. But it's like the only thing that
I've
the
never
only thing
done
that
it.
Sucks
No.
about that fucking place is it's just far. If
Yeah.
it was a 2-hour drive away, it'd be like, yeah, fuck it, let's just go up there all the time.
Uh-huh.
It's 4 hours.
You know
It's
what
like
they
8
say.
hours of driving. It's like fuck.
Nothing
Mhm.
worth your time is less than 2 hours away. So
Yeah,
That's
well,
what they
fuck.
say. I think
that's
Freud
what
said
they
that.
say. Yeah.
Is that what he said?
Yeah,
Freud, Sigmund.
I think that's
Siegfried.
what he said.
Sigmund
Siegfried.
Sigmundo.
Siegfried and Roy said that.
I'm thinking Sigmund.
Hmm.
Sigmundo.
Sigmundo.
My main man. All right, well that'd be fucking.
How much is that toboggan for 3 people?
What do you
$100.
think?
89,
No.
80, $70.
Plastic? Like, are we talking like magic carpet plastic? Or are we talking?
Oh, it's like thick. I don't know. It has like walls that are like this high.
$130.
No, fuck no. It's $25.
Really? I thought it
Yeah.
probably was expensive. Did you?
That's why I had to fucking search around because
A fucking
every
5-gallon
other-
pail costs like $5.
yeah,
So
5-gallon
like,
pail. And I've been buying 5-gallon pails by the
I
way.
used a
I
couple
bet.
of them as a ladder today.
Yeah,
don't tell
nice.
OSHA about that. My God, were you tied off?
Absolutely not. I'm working non-union, bitch.
How many was there though?
6 of them.
There was one I had to take the one out because it was full of shit. So I just fucking used the other ones.
Full of what?
I don't know, whatever the fuck was in there. Just
Poop, you
stupid
just said.
shit.
Oh, true.
Stupid things.
There's no
There's just
toilet at the
things in
job
there.
site.
The other
Excrement
one had
of the
a
homeless.
Bunch of mud in it from the fucking
Oh, fuck
plaster
yeah.
or whatever that you guys are doing.
Did you?
Oh, you mean at my place?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. There's a
I
couple
went
more there now.
Sabo today.
We're about an hour and 20 in. Do you want to talk at all about the markets this week? About how much you've lost in your net worth?
I haven't lost any of my net worth.
I haven't sold yet, so
Just unrealized losses.
See,
I got fucking spanked.
Diamonds.
I got spanked this week.
I got
big
spanked
time.
too.
it's because Bitcoin probably got fucking smashed this week,
I just been buying more of that on the dips. I don't
which
care
is
about
fine.
that.
But
I,
that- your whole portfolio
Apple,
is tied to Bitcoin
Apple, Amazon.
how much
the
of your
ARCs,
portfolio is Bitcoin? Just out of curiosity.
or Bitcoin miners or Bitcoin.
The miners almost nothing. I can't convince myself to take more exposure in Bitcoin on the broader market than
How
I
much
have
is
to
it?
the
How much
coin
is your?
itself.
Just stop answering the question. How much of your portfolio in percentage, roughly, is Bitcoin? Is it 80?
It's less than that, but not by much.
Including Bitcoin itself,
yeah,
it's got to be close. to
yeah.
that.
It's less than 80, but it's
But
close.
a lot of it is just Bitcoin itself.
The
That's
actual
fucking
underlying
crazy.
commodity.
Yeah,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Yeah, that honestly doesn't really.
I looked at
surprise me.
my tax thing today, the coin tracker or whatever, because I was deciding whether or not to sell some this year and try and park it somewhere safer. And the all-time
safer
gain,
than Bitcoin. Where?
the all-time gain on the Bitcoin stuff,
The walls of your house.
the all-time gain on the Bitcoin buys just on ShakePay, so it's about 2 years worth of buys, is like 460%. So
I'm not saying you're not making money. I'm
not.
like, for
no,
me.
no.
like,
I'm just saying. Like, look, we talked about this last week. I can't. There's no way now, unless I trim and take the tax loss. There's no way I'm ever going to outpace it. It's just not going to happen.
Yeah.
It'll take me 10 years to do it. It's
Yeah.
just there's too much in there. Yeah. So, well, but whatever. I'm still buying. I'm buying like other stuff. Like I got another $300 coming into Wealthsimple. Hopefully Monday or Tuesday. I'm looking at what to buy. I'm not really sure. I'm open to ideas though. That's for sure.
Is all your Bitcoin in ShakePay?
No, it's on a hardware wallet off the
that?
exchange. So I
it's a
take
little
it.
fucking memory stick.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
You want to do an episode on Bitcoin custody? We can. I'll teach you how it works.
Let's do another podcast on Bitcoin.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Let's take this one.
And I'm gonna
offline.
probably sit that one out.
Anyway, no, it's a lot. It's a lot. But I am trying to like get that percentage down. I would like to get it to like 60%.
I'm cool with like 50-50. If like you're all
What?
no, not like just hear me out. As like if you're like super deep into it, like say you're like whatever, just like hypothetically you right now say you're like 80% in on
Yeah.
Bitcoin and
Yeah.
then 20% of your portfolio is in the market. And this is a rookie's perspective. I don't know shit, so understand that right
Did you
away.
talk to a rookie recently?
I am a rookie. I'm a
Oh.
rookie as of today.
Okay.
I bought my first Bitcoin today.
Oh,
One
cool.
Bitcoin I bought. Fuck off.
Holy fuck, 60K deep.
Yeah.
The bank won't give us a mortgage, but they just threw him
Yeah.
a 60K loan. What do you
Yeah.
use this? It's debt consolidation.
A loan.
Oh, no
I'm
problem.
buying a Bitcoin. Oh, here,
Alone.
buy two.
You think what I sent to fucking? Oh, I was gonna say something bad, but never mind. Never mind. To Lori, you think I was fucking sending her?
Lori.
I was like sending her like my partial bank statements. I had 70 grand. at
Oh,
home,
that's- yeah,
cash.
yeah,
I'm like, you know
true.
what? I should probably park this in a.
Include my shoebox or no?
That's that shoebox. It's just like a shoebox. It's just like
It's Jordan
With USB
wants.
sticks
yeah,
full of
it's
Bitcoin.
So many Bitcoins.
Oh yeah, I have so many Bitcoins that can't fit on one.
I bought
USB stick.
$50 worth of Bitcoin today, and this is the first time I'll say it, and probably the last time I'll say it because I'm done with it. I will use it as an investment vehicle. I am definitely never ever gonna preach Bitcoin ever in my life because I've learned that I fucking hate people that preach it. Sorry, bud. Sorry,
Direct
bud.
attack. Go ahead.
Sorry, bud.
Continue. I'm not going to
But
stop
it's to me, it's like the same people that preach a stock, or they're like, "You got to buy this, man. Trust me." And then like you see all like the fucking deep embedded investors that are like, "Do your own research,"
Yeah.
because like, and it's like, yeah, that makes so much fucking sense.
for sure.
Because what are you gonna do? Just fucking listen to me, and then what if I'm wrong? And then you take my advice, it's my fault.
That's the disclaimer I give people who
Fuck
ask about
yeah.
Bitcoin now. Like, you gotta, if you're gonna put money in Bitcoin, you gotta be able to stomach the fucking
Which is a
20%,
Yeah.
the 20% week. Like,
which
you
is
gotta
what
be able to fucking stomach it.
90% of Bitcoiners don't do. They're like, this is the truth. This is God. This is what's up. Like, Jesus Christ walked on water. So did Bitcoin. Like, trust me, man. I'm like, oh, for real? And what happens if it fails? And like, the only thing that I have to do now is attack you verbally, maybe physically too.
Are you at all? Are you guys all at all following like the price of gold?
No.
Curious about this.
No.
Gold fell another 2% today. It's now lower in real dollar value than it was in 2011.
Gold I don't get. I don't understand.
I'm not going to say that Bitcoin is like the new store value because I don't think it's quite there yet. But somebody on Team Gold has to start explaining how the fuck people are parking money in this thing.
Pretty sure I compared Bitcoin to gold last week.
Yeah, people say it's like whatever, the digital gold, but I don't think it's there yet as a store of value. Like I think the market is kind of going that direction, but I mean, my concern if I was in gold would be I'm in this asset class because I think it's an inflation hedge. Everything else is fucking running through the roof because of asset inflation and money printing, and this thing is still 1732. So to give you an idea of where it was back in September of 2011, it was $1,900. That's like a 20% drop off.
Yeah.
So what is or like a 10% drop off? So like what is the gold thesis now? I don't know what it is.
I have no fucking clue.
You don't know gold.
I've never fucked with any precious metals ever. All I know is copper is at an all-time high.
Fuck yeah, bud.
I heard lumber futures still going up.
I might have to go to the
Lumber.
I might have to go to the scrapyard tomorrow.
Lumber. Yeah.
Lumber is fucking
It's
expensive.
gotta be
as
because
fuck.
that's pandemic approved. For
There's
sure.
a great YouTube channel I highly recommend you check out called The Uneducated Economist, and it's a guy who sits
Is
in
it
like
our podcast?
no, we're just uneducated. This
Right.
guy sits in his sits in his car doing videos, and he's got like a bit of a following. He does like some other macro podcasts I listen to. I didn't know anything about this guy until probably a month ago. Started watching his YouTube videos the other day. He looks like he's like a disheveled, like mid-40s guy.
Does he dip?
I like this a lot.
He probably dips.
For
And his
sure.
car's got like the seat upholstery that's like loose in the crevices.
Oh yeah.
You know what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah,
Like
yeah.
that's what his car looks like. The thing is like kind of like
It's not.
arcing.
Yeah. It's like.
It's well driven.
Yeah. What the fuck is it? It's not.
Oh, the fucking.
It's not. It's not leather. It's like just the fucking.
Yeah, I don't know what to call it, but he drives one of these cars.
It's gray. I'll tell you that much. It's for sure. It's gray.
Yeah, and he's got this like channel where he talks about macroeconomics, and he takes it all from the same lens, and it's the lens that he gets from his job. So these are the titles of his videos: Gold versus Treasuries, Selling to the Greater Fool. Could mortgage rates be rising? Interest rates rising is a controlled demolition. Warning to new home buyers. And lumber hits all-time high. Decking shortages this summer. Only higher interest can stop this now. Do you know what this guy does for a living?
Construction
Yeah.
worker.
He works in a lumber yard.
Yeah, I was gonna say construction.
You know how many subscribers he's got?
10K.
50,000.
Nice, good for him.
On YouTube.
Yeah. This is the man, okay? He wears bad hats and does videos from the front seat of his car.
Right on.
And his fucking videos.
Fucking right on.
But if you go back to the
Fucking
beginning
right
of the
on, I like
pandemic,
it.
to the beginning of the pandemic,
Hate speech. Nothing but hate speech.
so he
He's-
looks racist.
he starts
he looks
Looks
very
racist.
racist.
he's talking about at the
He
beginning of the,
stormed the Capitol for sure.
he's talking about the beginning of the pandemic, like, look, lumber's gonna go way down.
He didn't
but
storm the
I'm-
Capital. What he wanted.
He's
to.
like, I'm
Yeah,
telling you.
yeah,
He's like,
100%.
I'm telling you, lumber's gonna go way up pretty soon. And I'll tell you why. Blah blah blah. And he's just
Was he
spitting.
right?
Yeah.
Not about lumber going up, but his reasoning behind it.
He's right about almost everything going back a couple months. Like I
That's
watched,
just
like I
fucking
just
people
skimmed.
paying attention
I
to
skimmed
what's
to the
going
few.
on.
I skimmed
Yeah.
to the few videos. Like,
I love that shit, man.
and this guy just does in the front seat. He's got fuzzy fucking dice, man.
But but it doesn't matter what he's portraying.
This guy works at a hedge fund,
He's a
probably.
cerebral thinker, man.
he works at a lumber yard. He's the It's
Sure.
a great content.
He's
Great
cerebral.
content.
You gotta understand. I like that shit because
Other
I feel
videos,
that's how
like
I'm
where's
gonna
this? He's
get
like
by.
at a campfire. Like, why is credit card debt
What's wrong with
dropping?
this? What's wrong? I don't understand what the beef is with that.
Nothing. I think it's great.
It is.
I'm
great.
saying I think it's great. This is quality stuff.
And people would rather, not rather, but like it's more refreshing to hear somebody like that's opinion than some guy just sitting in an office, dressed to the nines, just gold went up by 12.3%.
Well, because if a guy is sitting there in his suit in his like fucking corner office saying that shit, you tend not to believe him, to be honest.
That's right.
Yeah, because fuck yeah, man. Because
It's like you have a vested interest in saying this because you control however many like millions under like, like what is it, AUM?
You're scooping 2 and 10 off me every time.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So like you have a vested interest in like this going up like 2 or 3 points, whereas this guy like if it goes up 2 or 3 points, it's not going to make or break this guy's life.
He's
you
just
know?
fucking commentating on what's going on.
Yeah.
I like that shit. To be
It's
on,
good.
like a lot. And
These
I like,
videos,
like,
these videos
it's,
are good.
It's real.
He's like a down to earth guy, and he does.
They're
It's funny. He
huge.
goes on like these other channels. Like he goes on George Gammon's show once in a while. He's like a big macro guy with like a couple 100,000 subscribers. The guy's getting like huge hedge fund managers, shit like that. And then he's got this guy on there the next week talking lumber and what it means for the economy. He's like, when I go to the yard, they're selling 3/4 inch ply for $20 a sheet. I gotta make it. I know things are going south. I
Fuck
know.
yeah.
He's like, I ordered a truckload. They said not to expect it till mid-April. Mid-April, George. Mid-April, George. He's like just fucking laying it down.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
that's
in terms
but
of plywood.
That's
how
fucking
he-
decent, man.
That's what he
because-
knows, right? And so he
Man.
like puts it all together
Man,
around the
that's-
things
Yeah,
that
fuck
he knows.
yeah. That's the shit where like if you're like a white collar, you don't see that shit. You know,
Your ears
you
up to the
think
pavement.
about it.
You also don't get that information till like a week after it happens. So like,
Yeah.
oh, like, well, this duck and the reported numbers were this and this and this, where this guy's like on the fucking boots on the ground, being
Fucking
like,
right,
and
man.
then wait for this fucking shipment for like 3 weeks. It's not coming. You know?
Fuck yeah, man. Like, man, that shit goes far. It goes far. Like, especially if you get like a week doesn't seem like a lot, but like a week in that perspective is a lot of time to get a jump on someone in something.
Big time.
Huge.
Look at like
Oh,
if you
fuck yeah.
had
Huge.
if you had the information edge in like the GameStop thing, that was the difference between buying at $20 and buying at 200.
Yeah. Oh,
You know what I
fuck
mean?
Yeah.
Like that's a week is a long time in markets.
We still got friends that are talking about like, oh, bought Bitcoin or bought GameStop at this. Like,
It just
wait,
went up
like,
again on Thursday or Wednesday.
Yeah, but
this
it
week,
still
right?
went up. It's like at 25% of what it was.
Oh yeah,
Yeah. Either way, it's like, I don't know, man. Like they're like asking us questions and shit. I'm like, I don't give a fuck. I have no
GameStop.
idea.
I also have
man.
no idea. I'm like,
I followed it for like
man,
3
I'm like,
days.
okay,
Yeah, exactly.
I'm like, the people ask me about it. I'm like,
Yeah.
I will give you my opinion, but I have no fucking
I'm just
idea.
out here spitballing.
I got no fucking idea. Man, like honestly, I don't assume it's gonna go up again, but if it does, fucking Assalamu alaikum, one love, man. I don't care. Great, I hope it does.
What was that?
You know what I'm saying?
Gesundheit?
You know,
Ashlama what?
you never heard that?
No.
My boy Big Daddy Kane.
What is it?
Assalamu alaikum.
What's it mean? One love.
Peace to the gods.
Peace to
man.
the gods.
Great, awesome.
Assalamu
Peace. That's
alaikum.
peace, man.
Never heard that. That's
Definitely heard that.
good. Not without.
You've heard Big Daddy Kane.
Yeah.
Ain't no half stepping.
Yeah, I have. Yeah, but I haven't heard that line. Or if I did, I don't remember it.
Well, fuck, man. You're not invested in the hip hop community.
Yeah,
man.
I like shit like this because this guy's
love
like
it.
and like my podcast feeds now are so stuffed full of the same suits like we were talking about before. Like it's all the same guy saying,
and it's the same
"Oh,
shit.
you gotta your 60-40 portfolio. You gotta be long volatility. Like you gotta run a long short strategy."
Boring.
Not only is it boring, I can't fucking do it because I'm retail. So this guy telling me about the cost of 2x4. 2x4. You know what it costs, George? $8, George. A 2x4 was $8.
Man, and I bet you like a lot of the people, because you're talking about gold. I bet you like a lot of these people that are like deep in gold. Well, probably maybe they are, but like I bet you they've never watched like Yukon Gold, even though it's a reality show and it may be bullshit. But like,
some like 8-year-old in Somalia needs to start a YouTube channel to talk about gold.
fuck yeah, and like yeah, man, and like I'm sitting there like I'm just like my interest in gold is like I'm watching the show. Like I said, it's a reality show. I like that show because it's like. I don't think
Hoop's watching it.
I watch it by myself too, man.
Yeah,
because
yeah.
that show caught me. I just liked it. That and fucking Wicked Tuna. The show is dope, man.
Was
I
that
don't
like
know
a,
what.
it was like sport fishing
We're
show?
on. We're on.
What
Like,
are
they're-
what are tuna futures at?
Chasing tuna, man. But either way, the Yukon Gold shit.
Tuna futures.
Fuck you, bud. I seen that. Fucking. But the gold thing was like the show was good because you basically because like I like construction, like I'm involved in it. It's like what I do, but like I also like that you see how much fucking effort, like it's so much effort. These guys are putting in like 16-hour days and living in these camps and shit. And like, and then at the end of it, the whole thing, they get like this little, like the amount of head I had on my beer, they get that in gold if they're lucky. And that's a wicked haul.
Fuck yeah.
It's like, this is $400,000.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, but I made like
we
maybe
can pay off like the crew.
we can fix
like-
we can fix the excavator
yeah.
and like all
Yeah.
this shit that just like because you're like doing hardcore labor chasing this fucking gold.
Yeah.
and it's like you're destroying equipment, like everything's going to shit. So
We're
like,
making a middle class
$400,000
living off of this
not
$500,000
even,
gold.
probably
pile.
lower class.
Yeah,
Like the company made
We still have to
400
live in
grand on
tents,
this
but-
one fucking gold mine, and they made $400,000. Like, did you make 400,000? What's the overhead for that 400 grand? 500 grand? Like, I'm
Yeah.
like, holy shit. So it's crazy, and you just see the guys like, yeah, it's pretty good fucking haul. You know, we made like 200 grand today.
Those are like the fucking wildcatters, though. You know what I mean? Like those are like still the guys that are like going out panning for gold, finding that in rivers, and then bringing in equipment and shit. Not like
They're
guys
they're
who buy-
prospecting out there.
guys who buy like a 500 acres, drill a bunch of holes,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
like,
yeah.
all right, there's gold here. We're gonna fucking start a gold mine over there.
Yeah, no, man, it's compelling as shit because it's like the amount, and it's just, it sucks because the amount of like sweat equity that whatever that you would say that went into it,
Yeah.
and the amount they get out of it is just like, oh my god, it's like I can barely afford to pay for my guys.
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
just sitting there and like, you made 400 grand. I'm like, he's there for like fucking, I don't know, say
Months and months.
15 days straight.
He bought a
guys
Dodge
working
Charger.
16-hour days, and guys are going out there banking that they're going to make tons of money, right?
Right.
Like that's like the whole point. You go out there to work, you go out there to make like you hope to come home with like 200 grand to buy a house.
Yeah.
Like that's the whole point of that.
Mhm.
And then they come home like, well, I worked for 15 days and I got paid for 10.
Yeah.
This is sick. Like, glad I did this or whatever. 15 days is like a small scale thing too. It's like,
Fuck yeah.
15 is
think.
great. Usually it's like, what is it, 4 weeks off, 1 week on,
Yeah,
or something like
yeah,
that.
yeah.
Or 4 weeks on,
fuck
sorry,
yeah,
1 week
man.
off.
Yeah,
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
It's fucked. It's
Imagine
like,
you worked a job that's 4 weeks off,
4
1
weeks
week
off,
on.
1 week on.
Okay, all right. I'll be
Fire-
back in a
Okay.
You
bit.
sound like a firefighter.
All right.
Yeah. Oh, fuck
Firefighter. What's your part time job? Oh, I'm in the CFL.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I'm a firefighter too. I drove by the fire station today. All trucks, like Super D's trucks.
Oh,
like
fuck yeah.
that's a
Yeah,
job.
it's called union, bud.
Well,
It's
man,
also like that's not their only source of income.
no, fuck no. But like, I know a kid, Andrew Fetter. He fucking
Yeah,
he's
yeah.
the only kid I know who fucking.
Okay, do I have to cut that out?
No, absolutely not. This is
Okay.
praise to them. He's the
All right.
only kid I fucking know that went like for. I like this is probably a lie, but like it seemed to be like 7 years of like trying to get
Yeah.
to be a firefighter.
A lot of them do that.
But
though.
he's the only one that I know that like gutted it and
Mm.
just did the whole fucking thing.
Yeah,
Did you
yeah,
go to
yeah.
like that school in Texas, like the big firefighter school?
He may have.
I don't know.
I don't
we,
think
we,
he
we had a
did.
friend who did that and then just couldn't
Didn't do
hack
it.
out. Yeah.
And it's just like he was a volunteer firefighter and then just doing jobs, whatever he could get. And now
That's
he
what-
works
that's
in Dundas now.
oh yeah,
He's at
does he?
Dundas
Yeah,
Fire
yeah,
Hall.
yeah.
Yeah, and I'm like sitting there, I'm like,
That's
I remember I was like
does-
at the beginning of the pandemic, I fucking saw him.
is that volunteer though? Still?
No, he's full time now.
Oh, is it? Yeah. Okay.
He was volunteer for what to me looked. I'll say just a decade for fucking
Sure. Yeah.
for
yeah.
round number. But I saw him, and I was like, "Yo, are you full time now?" Because like I thought I saw you posted about it, and he's like, "Yeah, man." I was like, "Holy fuck, man, good for you."
What are the fucking chances of getting
Fucking
full time
good for
in
you.
your hometown? Like,
Tough.
I don't,
It's
like
tough.
That's what
we
he
know
was
a guy
gunning
that, like
for, right?
lives in Arthur now. Like he's just like volunteering out there, so fucking far away from where he lives, and he's been there for like 3 or 4 years, just like at the volunteer work.
Fucking
and it's
hard, man.
So
It's
fucking
tough.
hard, yo. Yeah, I don't know. Like, yeah.
So I'm
I
like
don't know.
looking there. I'm like driving by. I'm like, "Ah, fuck, these guys really work." And I'm like, I'm obviously just like at the time I was like, these guys, what the fuck, I'm working way harder. But then I'm like,
yeah.
these guys are risking their lives every fucking
Yeah,
time they go to
yeah,
work.
yeah.
When they don't work a lot per se, but when they work, it's fucking ridiculous.
It's
I
dangerous.
don't
It's
understand
dangerous,
why
man.
they are doing like why 24-hour shifts
Because they gotta
Why?
be there.
But why?
I don't know.
If a fire happens,
Like,
they
why
gotta
don't
be
they
ready
do,
to
why
rock.
don't they,
Yeah,
do-
but
why
why
don't
don't
they do
12
12?
and 12?
Yeah, why don't they do 12?
Because they gotta be like they don't because I don't really know the logic, but I would imagine they just gotta live there for a week.
Yeah, but no, they don't.
I don't know how it works.
But like you'll be there for like my cousin that does you do 24-hour shifts.
I think it's got something
like-
to do with having to train while you're there.
Maybe.
That's what I figure. You got to like stay sharp with the protocols and equipment and stuff.
Well,
and-
okay, well,
Maybe.
remember when we were fucking at that?
That's
We
my
were talking
guess.
about this the other week. Will and I, where we were drinking, and we were talking about this one time. We were just chilling in my buddy's backyard.
you guys
Our buddy's
drink after
couple dr-
the podcast?
No,
No.
usually I cut it off, but
Oh.
we were just chilling in our buddy's backyard, and we're just sitting there. I was like, "Yo, fucking smoke out of that house, man!" Like we're like, "What the fuck?"
Oh, that was fucked.
Fucked. We're just
Legit
sitting in the
fire?
back. It was a fucking fire. It was like a
And
ta-
also like it was like a fucking row
Townhouse
house,
or
right? So
whatever,
it was
yeah.
like
yeah.
his neighbor house was smoking, also meant that his house was
It'll go
probably
up.
going to
It'll
be
go
on
up.
fire also.
And those guys fucking showed up. The firefighters showed up, and it was like fucking bing, bang, boom. They're in the fucking shit, like busting windows, handling it, man. It was like no hesitation whatsoever. It was fucking impressive to see. So it's like
They had to handle that fire and a bunch of drunk kids on the street just like asking them questions.
we're all sitting out there
fucking
drinking
yipping and
beers,
shit.
watching a fire. We're like,
Yeah.
what the fuck is going on? Like,
That's really cool.
it was crazy, man. And like that's what it's like. I'm like, okay, yeah, fucking like to me, firefighters. I'm like, yeah, I get it, man. I get it.
That's real work.
Yeah, and it's
Yeah.
like it seems like people are like, oh, it's a gravy job. That's what everyone always says, which is like
It
I don't know.
can be.
it's
says that?
benign to me.
Who says that?
Parents, like everybody who's like talking about it, you talk to people like it's a fucking gravy job. I'm like, have you ever done it?
Yeah.
That looks fucking brutal.
Even
yeah,
if
they
once
don't
every
work a lot, but they're maintaining
That's
the
right,
station,
that's
they're
right.
cleaning the trucks, they're working, and then they're fucking
playing
and then,
floor hockey there.
and then whatever. That doesn't even fucking
Even if
matter.
once
I
every
know.
5 years you got to go to a blaze where your life is in danger. Like I don't put my
yeah,
life in
fuck
danger
yeah,
once
but
every
I'll
5
gladly,
years.
Fuck that.
gladly pay those guys $100K.
You know?
a year.
Oh, fuck yeah.
In my eyes, they're underpaid.
For sure. People like so many fucking firefighters die. A lot.
Yeah.
At
Fuck
the
yeah,
job.
probably the most out of
Man,
like
I got
any of
my
them.
job. Imagine like going to work every day and being like, I don't feel safe here.
Even if
That'd
you
be fucked.
even if you like don't die in a fire, I mean, obviously you have like the proper PPE and everything, but are you telling me really that like smoke inhalation and stuff like that doesn't
Are you
contribute
thinking
to
about
an
what
early
about
death?
just
Yeah.
walking through a house and a fucking burned out fucking beam just
Anything.
falls down, slaps you.
But even
Yeah.
if you don't die, like my cousin is, I don't think my cousin's ever like come close to dying, but like he has like traumatic stories where like a guy jumps in front of a train and he's got to go and fucking peel this guy
That's
off the
right.
bottom of a train.
First
Yeah.
responder.
Yeah, he's the first. He gets
That's
there
right,
first. and he's, like, this
firefighters get
guy's
there
like talking
first.
to him, and his like fucking ribs are like hanging out and shit. This guy's dying, and he's like, my cousin's got to like sort of help him, like do
Save
whatever
him,
he
bro.
can.
And that's what that like exactly like my initial career choice was be a cop, and then I started realizing what that was. I think I'd be a sick cop.
I would way rather be a firefighter than a cop.
Me
I think,
too.
I think I'd
Me
be
too.
a fucking sick cop.
You get the
I
same
would
danger
love
with
that
less
shit.
people involved.
How many times have you even shot your gun by now if you were a cop?
Uh,
We'd be at the island. You'd be like, "Yo, check this out!" Boom, 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 boom.
I would have shot it. I would never shot anybody, but I definitely have
Yeah,
shot
yeah.
it a lot of times.
Do you think
sure.
I got
guys, I brought my gun.
I got one question for you guys to wrap up. This week coming up, the Federal Public Service gets their Phoenix reparation damage checks. So the pay system was fucked up for a few years.
For what? Explain that again.
The pay system was fucked up, so people basically like didn't get paid properly or had to pay back their paychecks and stuff like that. Like a complete debacle. The software was poor. IBM did a poor job implementing this software system. Long story short, a lot of people like ended up having to take out loans and pay back stuff to the government. Like they got like a couple extra bucks in their paycheck every week or every 2 weeks for a few years
Wait, where is this?
at the Fed, at the government.
Your job.
My job.
Okay,
And,
that's okay. I just want to clarify because my girlfriend just did her taxes and she owes money somehow.
Yeah.
So she's like, "Yo, Jane, like my mom, she's like, can you take a look at this? Like it says that I owe taxes. Like I'm pretty sure that I don't because why would I? But this might be why."
Yeah, I don't know. So this week, the public service, if you've been working there for more than 3 years, which I have, you get about a $1,750 check in addition to your normal 2-week pay. So my question for you, you don't have to answer it right now, but think about it maybe for next week.
Okay.
What should I do with that money?
Oh.
GameStop.
You basically don't GameStop puts. You
Buy
really
a couple
Yeah.
of PS4s and flip them.
you don't really need the money because you get your regular paycheck anyways,
Uh huh.
and it's
So
our
basically, what can you do with that?
what
into
should
an
what should I
RRSP.
do with the
RRSP and avoid
1750 or
tax.
$1,800? What should I do?
RRSP.
What's the RSP contribution date? Is it March 1?
I don't think so.
That was before that.
I don't know what it is. I think I'm done for this year for RSP. I'm pretty sure I've already.
Really? Oh, I'm not.
No, I don't mean like the max contributions. I think the date's passed.
Oh, the date's definitely
Yeah,
passed.
I don't think it's March 1.
The days only passed. What you should do with that money? Pogs.
Pogs?
Pogs, RuneScape,
Hmm.
Pokemon cards.
PKMN. Yeah.
Like Pogs, for sure.
Like that's number one for
Magic
sure.
cards.
Maybe buy like
Pogs.
3 or 4 like super high quality hockey sticks.
See if I can
I
get
saw
a
a really
Ken
cool
Griffey card.
Yu-Gi-Oh! Rug you could buy.
Oh. Rug.
Yeah, it was like Blue
Knitted?
Eyes Steel Dragon. What the fuck is that
Blue
thing?
Eyes White Dragon.
Yeah, but it was like the rug. It was like a rug.
But the
it
card?
was the card.
Oh.
I know. I see.
It
I
was
don't know
really cool.
Yu-Gi-Oh.
It was like
I
a
only
few.
know
Neither do I
Pokemon.
really, but I
I
saw it.
do
It was like a
hard,
few $100
man.
to like. I don't know. That's like on top of my list.
Fuck, I would get that.
It'd be pretty cool.
I
Get
was
a sick
thinking
gaming mouse pad.
it's
That's
got
pretty high
display.
up
it's
there.
got to be a better idea than just dumping it all into Bitcoin, which that's my plan right now, is just dumping it all into
Oh,
Bitcoin.
if I was you, I would just dump it into Bitcoin. Especially if I was you.
Yeah.
I would do nothing into Bitcoin.
dump it
If
in
it was
there.
me, I would probably not do that. But if I was you, for sure, Bitcoin.
I got to see what the market does next week. If on payday things are up a little bit, I may cash in a few chips and take that 1,700 and buy a nice one
Gucci.
Google?
stock.
Mm,
Yeah.
a Gucci link.
Yeah, I might buy a Gooch.
Yeah, one
Buy a
Gucci link.
One Goog,
Yeah.
one Goog boy. Yeah.
Is
Cool.
Gucci
Thinking
sell
about it.
chains?
Fuck yeah, they
But
do.
like not just like it's the
Gucci.
chain itself is Gucci.
Yeah, it's
Gucci
all-
link, the Gucci gold rope.
Yeah.
For fuck's sakes, what the fuck does that cost?
So think about that for
People
next
are
week.
fucking stupid.
Think about
bro.
that question for
Buy
next week.
Peloton.
No, I have a spin
You
bike
like
downstairs.
buy-
now.
in it.
buy a Peloton bike.
I do want to buy Disney though. Now,
Okay, there's like $80.
contrary to what I said last year on the podcast.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, you've been really fucking bearish on Disney, eh?
I like Disney now.
Why?
Uh,
What has changed? What narrative has changed?
You know what? I tweeted this the other day. I was like kind of half thinking about it after their earnings call or whatever, and I was saying to myself that like part of the thing that makes Netflix so good is the back catalog. But
Oh,
if
so you want to buy it for Disney Plus?
I want to buy Disney, yeah, I like Disney Plus. The reason I like it is because
You don't care about Disneyland.
well, I mean, whatever. That's gravy. I think the streaming thing is the biggest deal. So ESPN, ABC, and Disney. I think that if we look at the Netflix catalog, I would guess the stuff that brings most people there is the back catalog. But if all the streamers start doing their own content, what's the back catalog for Netflix going to be in 10 years?
Exactly. It's not going to be there. It's going to be Stranger Things.
That's it. It's just their own stuff, right?
Yeah, exactly. Their
So
back
what's
catalog is going to
the-
be the shit they're putting out now.
Yeah.
So it's going to be like, oh, but like, yeah, like it's someone that's going to be like
And, like,
coming
is
of
Disney-
age then. Like they're going to be like, oh, I haven't seen Stranger Things. Maybe. I don't fucking know. But I think for the most part, it's going to be people our age, just aged in 5-6 years, being
Yeah.
like, oh, I want to watch Parks and Rec. I want to watch
And
The
Disney
Office.
has
I
that
wanna
now.
watch this
Disney
shit."
Disney Plus has all that now.
That's what I mean. Yeah, yeah.
So
yeah.
like
I
man.
got a question, not Disney related. So, if you get like $1,800, like just say anybody gets $1,800, you're a homeowner.
Mhm.
Is it stupid to just put that on your mortgage?
It's the worst thing you can do.
I would
Why?
never do that.
Why?
Because what are you going to reduce your monthly payments
It's
by like $1?
$1, yeah.
Maybe?
It's like static debt, basically.
Maybe it's like I don't know. Like if I could take out $1,800 from my mortgage and pay $1 every month, I would for sure do that just to have $1,800 cash.
Mm.
I heard a great
You know?
argument in favor of those whatever like 5 payment plan online purchasing things, like the
Or it's like with a firm, you can
yeah.
buy like a PS4 with like 6 easy payments of $45.
That's right.
through a firm.
And
Yeah,
these
yeah.
guys on this podcast listen to Animal Spirits. So like, why wouldn't you do that? This is an interest free loan.
yeah,
As long as you make the payments, you're good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's going to be cheaper than it is it not?
Well, if you get a better idea for $500 right now, but you want the PS4 and you can stomach $50 a month for 10 months, fuck, why not?
I think I stomach $50 a month just on whatever I'm fucking shelling out for whatever I'm paying
Fuck
for on
yeah.
subscriptions.
You know,
100%. I never really looked into that though, because I always assumed there was some kind of catch where
there's
it's like
no interest.
there was like some kind of interest, even though it says like 4 payments of $45.
So
a
this
month.
is just people that just have the money, and they'll just be like, yeah, we'll just get you the system, and you just pay the money back.
Like, have you ever been to a website where it's like you can pay this now, or 5 payments of $45 through this?
I'm seeing it
app?
more and more.
I see it a lot. I
Yeah.
definitely see it
But
a lot.
what the
too.
fuck is the benefit to the people that are giving it to you? You just
That's
pay a bit
that's
extra?
kind of what I was always.
I
saying.
think it's like everything else. I think it's got to be something to do with consumer data. I don't know what else it could be. That's got to be it.
maybe
We'll let you use our service if your sales aren't up. We'll put our service on your site for a small fee. People will buy this. We know people buy electronics with a firm.
but like,
Some kind of.
but it seems
breakdown
weird to
I
me that
don't know
like
what it is, but-
like these people are willing to front 70-80% of a purchase just to like get your consumer data.
do they think that people?
Whereas like you go to fucking cash day loans, it's like, yeah, we'll cash your paycheck you're getting in 2 days, but we need 25% of
Have
it.
you ever
We'll
used?
sell you $200 for $300.
Yeah, exactly.
Have you ever used the firm?
What's that? Oh, Affirm? No.
Me neither.
No.
But do people who make 50% of what we make qualify for a firm and use it, because then those guys are getting an additional sale, right?
Yeah.
So then,
Right. Yeah.
So then a firm is selling those guys
yeah.
200 for for 220 or whatever.
But
the
if
case
there is
But
interest,
they,
then yeah, maybe.
you know what I mean? Some mechanism like that. I don't know what it would.
Or maybe
look
like yeah,
but
if you miss a payment, then like we own you now.
it's automatic. It's on a firm takes your credit card.
Yeah, but like that doesn't mean people can't default on their credit
I
cards.
guess
You know what I
low
mean?
risk though. Low risk.
I don't know.
Very, very low risk.
I don't know. It might be low risk. But
You think it's higher than?
if you can't afford $100 payment on your credit card,
Last 2 hours.
But the point is that why would you do it if you can get the money for free? That's my question.
for you and me. But if I was like a 17-year-old kid and I had like fucking $30 in my credit card and I was like,
different story.
fuck, yeah, I can pay $40 to $30 a month. Here's
Yeah,
$30 right now. Maybe next month I'll have it. But if
Right.
you don't, you know,
Just change your address.
I guess
Just
I
throw
Close
the,
your-
throw the PS4 in the dumpster, just like the paper. Right?
Close your
trace
mom's
that.
credit card
Yeah.
off. What are your recommendations for this week? You got any?
Oh, I watched. I watched Night Stalker.
Oh, you did.
Fucked up.
Night Stalker.
I didn't think it was that
Will,
good.
I
did-
didn't think
yeah,
it was. It
one of
wasn't
you-
that great,
one
but
of you guys
it was
mentioned that.
fucked up. Will recommended that. It was about Richard Ramirez.
Oh,
It is-
that's right. The killer. Yeah.
It's fucked.
Indiscriminate
Dude,
killer.
So fucked.
Indiscriminate killer.
The best episode is when it's like it's him, and then it's like the shit that happens after. I'm like, that's decent. Like I don't really.
Oh yeah,
Because the way they described it. So I got a different recommendation,
Mhm.
which is kind of related to him.
I haven't seen this one yet.
The Cecil Hotel.
Yeah.
Man, holy fuck!
Where
shit
is that?
a
Where is that?
It's on Skid Row.
It's
No,
also
like,
on Netflix.
It's on Netflix. It's on Netflix, but the hotel's on Skid Row.
I'm gonna be on my
Yeah.
phone later looking for the Skid Row app, the Skid Row
Dude.
streaming app.
Yeah.
I can't find
Is
it.
HBO?
I can't find it.
It's a fucking trip. Like I'm not even done it yet. I was on the third. It's I think it's like the same thing. It's only 4 episodes.
Yeah.
That's
But-
good.
Yeah, it's
That's
great.
good
man.
length,
It's great
good
for a
length, yeah.
fucking like
Nice
you know,
Sunday afternoon.
for a murder thing. It's like holy shit.
How
Like-
many minutes per episode?
Like they're about an hour,
That's good.
Yeah.
Yeah,
good.
yeah,
That's
yeah,
so
about
good.
an
I
hour.
might
man.
actually do that this weekend.
Man,
Sounds like
yeah,
it might be right
man.
up my alley.
dude. It's like it's so fucked. It's so fucking weird. It's like the hotel is like people like it's on Skid Row, which is sick.
So
Super
sick.
sick. Like one of the most dangerous places.
It's also
on
like, why
planet.
have a hotel in Skid Row and everyone's just staying in a tent anyways? You know?
People are like
Cheaper.
living in the
Yeah.
fucking hotel, man.
Yeah.
It's cheaper.
And then
than
basically they say like,
you
if
idiot.
get up
You're
to,
supposed to be frugal.
Oh, yeah.
700 rooms in this fucking hotel.
How many?
700 rooms, and it's like so. There's 14.
So it's an expensive ass building in downtown LA.
I don't. Well, apparently, it's I don't know what the fuck.
It's probably
they do.
condos now.
It's a piece of shit,
Okay.
but it's not even a piece of shit.
Do they show it? They must show
Yeah.
it.
Oh yeah. Fuck yeah, man.
Yeah,
And then
okay.
they like, basically, they're like people that live on the bottom floor essentially live there.
Yeah, like it's like they own it.
They don't own it, but they basically like it's like people
They pay a
li-
monthly fee instead
yeah,
of a daily fee.
They
Yeah,
have,
exactly.
they don't have
Yeah.
a suitcase.
pretty
Right.
much.
Yeah,
but it's like,
yeah,
but it's
got
like
it.
people that are just above living on Skid Row. It's so weird. I'm like, I can't
Right.
believe this exists.
So it's just like a kind of a documentary look at.
Look at this piece, but it's about
But
this
there's like a
girl.
backstory, no?
What's her name? Elisa Lam, I think. Elisa. I don't know what her first name is. Her last name's Lam. She's like a tourist from Vancouver who just wants to go traveling.
And this is where she picks
Essentially,
She
she's like
find
she's
it
essentially
online,
like
was
living in hostels,
Airbnb.
right? She's doing
Uh-huh.
hostels, right? She's just living in cheap shit,
Yeah.
and then yeah, so she gets murdered
While living there, staying
while traveling there. Yeah,
there? Sure.
And there's some fucking weird shit. Like it's
Yeah.
just super.
Is it like a
Is she Chinese?
Yes.
is it like a true documentary sort of thing? Or
Yeah, it
it's like
happened.
oh,
It
wow.
happened for
Jeez.
sure. It happened.
Okay.
It was like I don't know if it was. I want to say it was recent, like recent in like
20 years.
Yeah, I think I'm pretty sure.
Well, they talk about Richard Ramirez stayed there.
He stayed there. Yeah,
Right?
that was
Yeah,
when it
yeah.
got really fucked up. I'm like, I just fucking watched that. This motherfucker. What the fuck is going on?
Yeah.
But there's like a scene. I won't say what it is. Just I don't want to ruin it. But there's a scene like when the last time you see her, it's fucked up.
Is Ramirez on Netflix too?
Yeah,
Night
Night Stalker.
Stalker.
So you can go like you can go like right from one to the
Oh
other.
fuck yeah.
Yeah, but that was like a complete fluke.
Yeah.
I was like, what the fuck? I just watched
Yeah,
that.
but
Uh-huh.
did the Netflix algo feed you that?
they're both
yeah.
new though.
Yeah.
Netflix algo is getting better right here.
Yeah, well, it was just like I'm sitting there, I'm like watching, I'm like, what the fuck? I just watched that shit. But it's a but it just kind of like
You're
puts
screaming
it
at
in,
your TV.
I was definitely being audible alone.
Yeah,
I was like, what is
I
going
love
on?
that. Yeah.
Because it was like, because you just sit there like, why is this happening? What?
Uh-huh.
You'll know
Or
the scene
how.
I'm talking about. The last
Mm.
time you see it, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about because it's so fucking weird.
Mm.
And then
Do you
the-
find out who killed her?
I'm not there yet.
Oh, okay.
I'm not there yet. I don't know if they do or not, but like, there's one like little, like, so you like the end of the second episode was pissed me off
Hmm.
because it was like 10 at night and I had to get up at 5 and I'm like, I have to
Right.
watch this, but I have to go to bed.
That's the worst. when
Yeah,
that
that's the
happens.
fucking
and
worst.
I'm
Fuck,
like
I
sitting
hate
there, I was
that.
like talking to someone. I'm like, this is so annoying because this is gonna bother me all night and all day tomorrow.
Yeah.
And then I was like watching.
Just get up at 4 and watch it.
Yeah, I don't know.
Watch it while you're having your coffee.
Well, yeah, but like watch the third last episode.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
But I'm like, okay, fuck. I'm like watching it. There's like one little thing that they touch on in the third episode. And it's like, what the fuck is this, man? Like in that one little bit of evidence I have, it's like, and it just goes to show you like the fucking crime scene
it's
shit.
a crime drama.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Well, it's like a girl gets murdered in this hotel, and it's like all the interviews about like there's like investigators. It's like oh, it's super
Yeah, yeah,
dope.
yeah.
It's
All right.
true crime. I think is who it is.
Yeah, that's what you call it.
I think that's who that. I think it's who it is.
Yeah.
They-
Fuck do you mean who it is?
That's the it's true crime.
you like
It's
true
the
crime-
show.
oh.
If you like true crime, have you guys ever heard the podcast Small Town Dicks? You know what a dick is? A private investigator.
Oh
heard of-
yeah.
I've heard of
That
that.
Small Town Dicks is like, it's probably the best podcast out there.
That's like
It
it's
is.
probably
It is. Honestly,
the
like-
best podcast
like,
after ours.
After ours, like Ken's hates
Thank
when
you.
she
Yeah.
hates when I listen to podcasts, but like when if I
I
was
hate you all the time.
if I was I know if I have Small Town Dicks on though, she'll come in and listen.
because it's something she cares about. It's not fucking Bitcoin.
It's
or-
compelling, man. You're not
And do you
sitting
know who narrates it?
David
George
Attenborough.
Clooney.
David Attenborough.
Yardley Smith.
David
that was my
Attenborough.
second guess.
You know who that is?
Murderer came in.
You know who Yardley Smith is?
No.
Lisa Simpson.
Oh really?
Oh,
Oh
yeah.
man, I fucking heard that shit.
So that's what she's doing now, and it's fucking sick. They got these
I
two,
could never listen to
these
that.
two brothers who are cops, and they
That
do
would be
they do
jokes
all
to
the
say.
stories.
Is it her voice?
It's her doing
But
it.
it sounds like exactly like Lisa.
That's what her voice sounds like. Yeah.
Oh no, but like you know, Bart was a chick.
Yeah, yeah.
Like,
yeah,
is it like
yeah.
that? It sounds like Lisa.
Yeah.
That's so
Oh my
crazy.
God.
Like identical.
Yeah.
It's called riding coattails.
It's the same.
Nah, but that's kind of decent though.
It's fucking good.
It is kind of decent because Lisa would probably have a podcast,
And she
in
was
the
smart,
real
too,
life.
right?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
it was
It's
like,
a fucking
ah.
sick pod. Highly recommend.
I'm down for that. What is it?
What's it called?
it.
Backyards
Small
of
Town
Dicks?
Dicks. Small Town Dicks. It's
Dick's
fucking
Dick's
good.
Sporting Goods podcast. With
So
Lisa
okay, so
Simpson?
your recommendation is the Cyril Hotel,
Cecil Hotel.
Cecil Hotel.
Yeah, yeah.
My recommendation is the Bitcoin Plebeians podcast, which I
No,
was
it's
on.
not.
Which I was on this week. I was
How was
featured
it? How'd
this
it go?
week.
How'd
it
it
was,
go?
It was fun. I had a good time
In person or
on Zoom. Yeah,
it's a tough sell.
couldn't do it in person. I like sign on to Zoom with like my full name, and my picture. He goes, I do this podcast anonymously, so you can just call me Truman on the show. And I'm like, well, yeah, that's your that's your Twitter handle. I would have called you that anyway, so don't worry about it. But it was
Why
good.
does he do it anonymously?
He's 20 years old, that kid,
So?
doing a pod. And
Really?
I was saying to him after the show was done, like, just keep doing it. You like, even if you get
Oh,
no,
it's like a new shit.
yeah, I was like, even if you get no views, keep doing it because
Yeah.
you'll learn something. You get better talking to people.
Yeah.
You'll learn about the space. You'll learn about yourself. Like, just keep doing it.
That's
so,
what I like do this for.
Yeah, fuck.
I'm like, this is cool. I'm like learning about a bunch of shit. Like I'm like having like intelligent conversation. Well, I mean, intelligent,
It's
as
a- it's
intelligent as they can be.
it's a smart conversation.
These are conversations that I would never have with people that I normally chill with.
Right.
And now people are like asking me questions. I'm like, yo, dude, you understand I'm the dumb guy on the show? Like I don't have answers for you, man.
You're smarter
Like,
than most now, Mike.
well, sure, whatever.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter.
That's my
I still like to
recommendation.
claim stupidity.
Yeah,
It's a good idea. It's
Yeah.
a good idea to do that. I recommend. That's my
Oh
recommendation.
fuck yeah! You set the bar low.
That's
Set-
my
set the
recommendation.
bar
for
low and
everyone.
step
Just-
over
Just
it?
claim stupid.
Yeah, for sure.
What do you
Be
got?
like,
Huh?
What do you got?
What do I recommend? We
Yeah.
end this podcast right now because it's been like 2.5 hours. How about that?
hasn't
Okay,
been too,
everybody,
but-
take care.
Peace.